But then Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy.
Hurry, JFig. You have to get on the mic. You have 3 minutes. Song starting now. Can she make it? Can she log in on camera in time? Even though we got a 10:08 start today. Second verse.
Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for French. This one time for the Twitch.
No time for the jacket, JFig!
This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
And she's late. Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Oh, it doesn't want to log on.
Trains in front of her computer.
He trains in these computers, dude.
Yeah.
Trains in these computers. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
It's good to see you, man. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Nice
good.
brisk day today. Marcos,
You know what? Listen, Florida weather.
Mhm.
This time of year, from I would say October to March, maybe in April, you have the best weather in the country.
Oh yeah,
Dude, by far. I'm going to Vegas, and the average high is going to be 40. For a place, last time we went, it was 115.
that happens in Vegas.
Yes.
Stupid.
That's
desert.
I stayed there in off season. In January and February, it was miserable.
Man,
So
is that why you moved down here?
yeah. So, but just hear me out on this one.
I'll hear you out.
Saturday, I went golfing. 55 degrees, sunny, not windy, perfect day. Perfect day, right? Sunday, it was 65, overcast and breezy, and I was dressed like a snowman. Like, it's just, give me one or the other. Give me some sun and cold, right? But don't give me overcast, cold, and windy, because that's what it is right now, and everybody swears it's 20 degrees outside.
It's very brisk. I don't like it. Marcos, that's why Marcos looks like Art Basel threw up on him.
Okay.
Yeah. I told him, why does he look like Cartoon Network?
Seriously, like, what is that
That's
sweater?
not,
Every
dude.
time I see it, I'm like, you look like all the poison
Completely.
dart frogs.
Completely lashing out at the moment. I would like to think myself as like a Captain Planet kind of thing.
Like
You know?
Captain Planet.
He's your hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Yeah, but why? Just because you have all those
Multiple colors.
Captain Planet had a uniform that made sense.
Or the 90s thing. Remember when it was like rainy outside and it's PE, so they get you that blanket and all the kids.
The parachute.
Yeah.
You know what I watched yesterday?
What'd you watch?
Captain Planet?
No.
What?
Doctor Strange
Oh.
in the multiverse or whatever.
Oh, Multiverse of Madness. Not a fan?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out the twin sister, the Wicked Witch or the
10-10.
White Witch,
Yes.
right? Is she evil or good? Because every movie is different.
Oh, you're talking about
Wanda.
Scarlet or Wanda.
Scarlet,
Yeah.
the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, she's apparently the most powerful person and evil.
Is she evil now?
She see they try to make it seem like almost like my
2
take
movies
on
ago,
Philly.
she was an Avenger.
Yeah, but then her kids.
Get
oh,
made up!
her
You
kids.
can't trust a witch, dude.
Can't trust a witch, dude.
You know? You can't trust a witch.
Yeah, sometimes
Change one letter in that, and also true.
Woohoo. You can trust a witch. I agree. Take one letter out.
Let's get to some headlines brought to us by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
It is Super Bowl week, ladies and gentlemen. It is Super Bowl week. And
Something I've
let's
never
go.
experienced.
yeah, sorry, man.
Me
Yeah.
either,
Not your
actually.
fault, though. Not your fault.
I had a
Kicker's
couple
fault.
Super Bowls in Pee Wee football.
Oh,
Pretty
really?
good. Yeah,
Dude,
pretty good.
First of all,
Please
that
stop.
picture you
We've
sent
seen
us,
you.
Yeah,
Hold the
pretty good,
football.
right?
you look like a fat Andy Reid doing pump, pass, and kick with all them little kids.
I'm even fatter, Andy Reid.
No,
Okay, so just I look like Andy Reid.
yeah.
Okay. What you're saying is I look like a Super Bowl champion, and I agree. I was a multi Super Bowl champion.
Dude, you know, because kids, you know what they say? Pick the big guy, right? They don't care.
I know you saw that kid dangling at my ankles. He did
Y'all were the
not
same
understand.
age?
They definitely didn't
Yep,
plan that if
for
you were
sure.
wearing 77.
No.
No, I was.
And you see how he was carrying the ball, like up and down?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not familiar with the football.
picked
Definitely.
up a fumble on that one.
Oh.
Picked up a fumble. Yeah,
Wow.
pretty good.
Scoop and score.
Scoop and score, baby.
You weren't familiar with Media Day? You were telling us in the
Okay.
bullpen today. You were like, have they done this
No, it just seemed
all
like
the time where they have just the guys at the podiums? And I'm like, yeah, like
There's
always.
like 12 podiums.
Yeah.
And they bring guys out
Yes.
and you go to who you want. Now, here's the kicker. Here's what I was told, because I've never gone through it.
All right.
That there's certain guys that say you go out with the star so you can get the hell out of there because nobody's going to ask you questions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's savvy.
Yeah.
smart.
The Heat will pull that move sometimes too. Well, they'll some guys will wait until Jimmy's about to go to the podium room and be like, well, Jaime's like, well, Jaime's ready to talk. And so you have to choose. And then nobody's obviously going to choose the rookie. So then he gets to leave.
Right.
He's like, I said I would talk.
Yep.
Jaime doesn't do that. I just came up with the name off the top of my head. But people, actually, the guy who pulled that move all the time was Kyle. But that is definitely a move. Like, I remember I covered one media day for the Super Bowl.
No, we didn't. You did more than one.
Media day?
Oh, media day.
Media day.
Was it down here? Because we did Radio Row.
Radio
down
Row.
here.
We did Radio
Right,
Row.
that's
No,
what
we did. I did. No, I'm talking about for the station. Like, actually went and covered a media day. I went and did. It was Saints and Colts.
Okay, down
Saints
here
and Colts.
also. That was the Prince one.
Yeah, like we really threw a lot. I remember I was doing stuff for and I was like, they're like, hey, you go out boots on the ground, and I remember I was gonna get who the hell was I supposed to get on? I was like, they did a media day actually, but the first day they did a media luncheon, and I called in. It started at 8:30. It wasn't much. It was a breakfast, and I call into Sedano, and I had Austin Collie. Remember Austin Collie?
The wide receiver.
Intangibles.
That's what we can squeeze out.
Austin Collie was kind of he was the fifth best Colts receiver at the time, with Reg Wayne and Dallas Clark. So, but we're a local show. We're just trying to get some Super Bowl content. And I told Sedano's guys, I was like, hey, I got Austin Collie here for you at the table with me. And so I was like, hey, Austin, you mind hopping on the show? And I got all the writers really mad at me because I was stealing Austin Collie from them.
Oh,
and
dude.
but for whatever reason, we were in a hotel, this signal just kept dropping. It did twice. I was like, never mind, dude. We're not gonna do this. This is the low rung of radio producing jobs I was doing back in the day.
I like it.
But then the next day was media day. I remember the big story, Leroy. Remember what the big story was going into that Super Bowl injury wise? Right thing. The big story. I was like, I'm trying to.
Oh, like y'all did with Tua?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was the worst.
But he was sitting at I remember it was, speaking of rain, it was rained out. It was, because media day used to be outside. It was usually outside in the stadium. So they put it in the whatever it was, Land Shark at the time. I don't know what the hell they called it. But so they did all their little podiums in the club level. And I'm trying to eyeball Dwight Freeney's ankle. I don't know. Trouble. I don't know.
Him and Robbie did that with Tua.
You did.
The year Tua got drafted.
Yep.
They followed him
That's
around.
when we were at Radio Row.
Yeah, followed him around. And Robbie's like, his gait doesn't look that bad. I'm like,
No.
Gait? Robbie's talking about somebody's gait.
That's right.
What does that even mean?
Just
How you walk.
How you walk.
That's okay.
We were trying to check out his stride. He'd
Nice.
been fresh off the hip surgery
right?
that year. And so we were kind of just we were looking at Tua because Tua was going to be Tua, probably. The Dolphins with their draft pick. And so, and then obviously, weeks later after we left that thing, the world shut down.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
4 weeks, they say.
No, I think they're reevaluating in 4 weeks.
No, but the fact that they even said, listen, I'm telling you, the fact that they're even saying that means that it's a lot better than they previously anticipated, because they could go in there and say, you're out for the year.
Yeah, but I don't think they can rule that out yet.
You don't think?
I don't think they know.
I don't know. But yeah.
Look, you guys are more familiar with these media day activities than I was. This one seemed a little bit much, though. I've seen you brought up the Marshawn.
It became a little bit much.
Before it was they were sitting at a podium, right?
I was watching this morning. I didn't find anything.
There's a bunch of podiums.
It used to
That's
be.
what you fail to realize.
These guys weren't by podiums, though. They
You know
were
what?
addressing it like midfield.
It's funny because media day used to be like a circus. Like it used to be, you'd have the real weirdos, and they were essentially trying to go viral, but like viral on television because like it wasn't social media. Like the big famous one back in the day was Tom Brady was asked by some woman in a wedding dress, "Will you marry me, please?" You know, I think before he was with Giselle or maybe just started dating Giselle, and he was just like, "What?" Like Tom Brady's getting proposed to at the media day.
Solid.
It's bold.
Bring that back.
Why?
Because instead I got Travis Kelce milking the audience, just like, oh, like the booze. I love the booze. Listen to this guy. He's really, truly embracing this villain role.
And it's been absolute. Y'all are firing me up, making me want to play right now, baby. I love the booze more than I love the cheers, baby. Keep them coming, Niners gang. Keep them coming.
Love the booze.
How would you like for him to respond to that?
Marcos, can I tell you the difference between an athlete and a regular person?
Sure. Well, I can
we spend our whole life getting booed by half the people that we play in front of.
Yep.
Right? If one person calls and boos you, you're lashing out.
What do you want them to do? Cry?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, you know what you say.
Do you want him to take it to heart?
I just want him to continue with this press conference. Not even talk
That's how you cope with it. You cope with it by trying to twist it around and say, I love it.
You know
nobody
who does
boos
that?
them during a press conference.
Heels, dude. Heels in the WWE. This guy's gone full WWE.
What about the people? Wait,
full WWE.
He's getting booed at a press conference.
You're becoming the more unlikable person here.
A
It ain't Travis
professional,
Kelce,
dude.
it is
Oh, wait.
you.
If it's not Travis Kelce, you know who else it is? Klay.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh,
that
wow.
guy.
Did
Woo!
you see Klay last night? Poor Klay.
Hey,
guys.
I think Marco's broken.
I think
broke
too.
him, dude. I will give him.
I will give you credit. You were first in line to the
First
demise
in
of
line.
Klay Thompson.
I'm first.
Why did you start that? I don't understand. What did your hate from Klay Thompson come from?
When you're like a trailblazer, a trendsetter, you know, people don't understand when you begin. Just like the Travis Kelce thing, you guys will see.
Was it just because you lost on gambling to him? Like, why did you start?
I wasn't even gambling.
You just
at that
like
point.
you were crushing Klay Thompson.
Let me tell you why. In the same, you can respect this. People talk about James Harden and his ability and how he somehow compares to Dwayne Wade, and that's blasphemous, right? People have said that Klay Thompson is the third best shooting guard of all time.
Nobody said that.
People
nobody
have
said
that. They said
nobody
he's
said
a
that.
great defender. Look at the
Literally
rings.
nobody said
best
that.
shooter. So you know
no, but
what?
you crushed him like after the set because you've been on the show now. What, like 2.5 years, something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, 2.5 years you've been doing this, and so in the start of that, you've never done this show with us with a healthy Klay Thompson because he's had an Achilles tear and an ACL tear that he came off of.
Mr. Glass.
So you've never had like Klay Thompson at the peak of his powers, but you didn't like the comeback story. You've been hating this guy, and yesterday he breaks emotionally after the game.
What a baby.
Where like he doesn't get to play.
Yep.
And Steve Kerr's now officially benched him at the end of games. And he's trying to be vulnerable and tell you guys, yeah, it's difficult, you know, going from a star, one of the best players to this. And by the way, Draymond, did you hear Draymond Green?
Nah.
No. Draymond Green did not help because he just butts in. Well, we'll play you the clip. We got to take a break. But like you've completely broken Klay Thompson.
Wait, so let me get this straight.
Yep.
Draymond Green comes in with an overhand right.
Yep.
And you still focus on Klay.
I'm just saying.
Because don't you think at that moment when a teammate is vulnerable and I haven't even heard the cut, that Draymond Green should be the one taking the heat?
No way, dude. Draymond's not washing at the end of his career.
What?
His fighting career. He still has a thriving UFC career that we haven't even experienced yet.
I think Dade Saff speaks for us all where he just says Marcos has weird vendettas.
He does.
He does.
You hear that, Felipe? I'm not done with you, dude.
Take a break. Back up to this. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you.
Again, the proper way to do a sample.
Oh, I love this sample.
Include the person who originated the song.
He wanted to. I think he actually wasn't that the whole thing with this collab is he didn't want to do the hook. He wanted to do like a different version. She got to do the hook.
Right.
Elton John and Dua Lipa.
But it's on her album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just a single. I don't think it was.
Okay. But still,
does anybody get an album anymore? Like I know Taylor Swift just announced a new album, and I was thinking, I was like,
Comes out on my birthday, guys.
I was
What a
thinking,
gift.
yeah, I was like, I showed Sophia because she obviously loves Taylor Swift, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get you the album. I'm like, do I get her the album? Like, what do I do? She doesn't.
You got Apple, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't.
Get Apple Tunes.
But she doesn't. I don't think she listens to music. Usually, the only place I think she listens to
In the
music
car.
is the car or on YouTube.
Said Apple Tunes.
Apple Tunes.
Do you
Yeah.
still have a CD player in your car?
Is it in iTunes?
I do
iTunes,
still have a
Apple
CD
Tunes?
player in my
Apple
car.
Then
Music.
I say, get her the CD.
Really?
I still have one. I love my CD
Yeah.
player.
I know.
I don't use it.
I don't.
The
have
last thing
one.
I remember playing CDs on my car was the Trolls soundtrack.
Oh,
The
fire.
first Trolls.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I have
soundtrack.
no. I have
Listen to that
no.
every day.
It was literally just to get my kids to stop crying.
I have no. CD player.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing, right? Like, who would have a CD player?
I haven't had a CD player in
But
my
I would-
last 5 cars.
Yeah,
still
like, I
have
don't-
mine from when I was very young.
I don't know what she would like if she wants to listen to the album like that. But
No, they just listen to the hits. So that's
She
what I
listens-
do.
she
I,
like-
I have Apple Music.
They're all hits.
I have Apple Music, and I
Wow.
go to
I don't know if
the
she
top
does-
100 and I make a playlist.
I don't know because she's like, well, there's one Taylor Swift album. She's like, yeah, let's listen to Red. I'm like, what? Like, you know the album's name? So I think Taylor Swift's different. Like, there are probably like 5 people who can still do albums, like Taylor, Beyonce, and Adele, and I think that's about it. Everybody else, I don't know if people
I
get
like-
hyped for the album.
One of the reasons why I like certain artists over others is that they all make, all of them have good music. I don't care what every genre, right?
Mhm.
And people misconstrue their music with their ability to sing, right? Like we always do that. But I hate when everything on the album sounds the same.
Oh yeah,
Like the same beat, the same, like just different words. So if I start listening to an album of anybody's and the first 2 or 3 songs sound, I'm done.
Yeah.
Ethan Schmolnick, who has a couple of just haymakers at me. CD player in your car, Tobin. You still crank open your windows up and down?
I'm telling you what, you do have some mileage on that car.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I really want to ride until the wheels fall off.
Might as well. It's a Honda. right?
No, dummy.
I really do.
Because
Why?
you understand when they fall off, it's going to be at the worst possible time, and you're going to be pissed off
that
that
happened
you
with
did.
my last car. That actually did happen.
So why you
my
doing
last
that?
car.
You
my
are
last,
responsible for a family, dummy.
nobody.
Every mile
That's not the
counts.
family car. That's the Tobes car.
Okay.
That's
Wait,
no.
Do you
no,
not have an SUV,
What happened with
I
that?
had an SUV, and actually, you know what happened?
What?
Rode it till the wheels fell off.
dude?
Wow.
You do too much.
Stop starting.
Your family
Oh,
does
okay.
too much traveling. You need to
I'm
get
not a car guy. I don't care about cars.
no, but for the safety of your family, you
but
moron.
nobody goes in that car.
No, but for your
the
family,
car we keep updated. But the Tobes car, I got to go to Miami every single day. What's the point of me having a nice car when I got to drive it into the ground every day?
Yeah.
You know that we had this conversation that's coming.
What?
Right? Hey, buddy, what are you doing? You've already done it.
I'm flirting with 300.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm flirting.
wait.
I like that.
You've already done it.
Yeah.
He says, hey, can you come get me? Sure. Where are you? I'm about to eat
Same
lunch.
car. That's the same car.
Yes.
Same
He's
car,
already
still
done it.
kicking.
Dude.
Still going though.
Still going, baby.
Oh,
That was 150,000 miles
The
ago.
one that broke down in the mountains. That was your wife's car.
That
right?
was my wife's car.
Oh.
That
They
was
look
my
all
wife's car.
reliable
Fixed,
right
though.
here.
Fixed. though.
Hondas.
Fixed.
That
Hondas,
was
man.
that was my wife's car.
You can ride that Honda forever, dude.
We did take the Honda the first time to Tennessee. It drove
No
pretty
problems,
good.
Look at
right?
that.
No problems.
Didn't think so.
What is wrong with
But then we wanted to bring Sunny Bunny, so we needed a bigger
Oh,
car.
Freaking son.
And then, you want to know something?
What's up?
Didn't hold up.
Look at that. Not a Honda.
Yeah. You can say all you want about it. People can make those Hondas, they just keep
Oh,
going.
they
dude.
Hondas and
dude.
Toyotas.
They just keep
Very
going.
reliable.
Pretty
It's
good.
funny because they're foreign cars.
I know.
Yeah, really good.
But let's make America great again by selling cheap stuff.
I'm telling you, dude. This car, I got like I know. I look. It's an old ass car. I probably should have upgraded. It's just like I'm not a car guy. It doesn't mean things.
It
like,
has nothing to do about being a car guy.
I want to.
You literally have toy cars, though.
But like what
Leroy.
you would
have toy.
cars.
You do have toy cars.
You would.
I don't have to.
Yeah, you have toy cars. You literally have toy cars.
You would agree though. There's a point where like you get to a like.
So
once
wait,
I,
my last
once I get to
car-
a certain mileage,
No.
like I got to keep going for the record.
No,
so, like
here's the thing.
Okay.
I had a
Listen to that
I had
later.
I had a G90,
What is the record?
which is the not the Hyundai, but the what's the other thing? Genesis.
Mhm.
I put 80,000 miles on it, right? Then
Baby numbers.
when it was getting fixed,
yeah.
they gave me a G80 and I kept hitting my head on getting in the car. So I said, you know what? SUV, give me SUV. So then I got the Palisade,
Mhm.
right? 50,000 miles on that. But the problem was it sounded like a lawnmower,
Mm.
right? And then they started giving me crappy service there. And then I found out they hosed me for 2,500.
Oh man.
And so I'm like, I'm out. I said I wouldn't buy a pack of gum from you guys. So I'm out, right? So then I went over to Ed Morris because I knew all the people over there.
Mhm.
He says, I got you. So there you go. Tahoe, I got it. I'm good.
Dade South says Tobin uses the club on his car. Okay. can't
No,
have somebody
I
take
just
it.
pictured Tobin and D on 95 doing like the Flintstones.
I'm pretty sure I can leave. I'm pretty sure I can leave my car anywhere. I don't think anybody wants it.
Nobody's gonna take
I don't
that
think
car.
Anybody's gonna take that.
Yeah.
car.
Everybody's usually boosting Hondas too for the parts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yours.
Nope.
See,
It's a security system. It's why I have an Android. Don't ever take this.
Anyway, before we get to break, want to let you guys know. You guys want to go to Tortuga? JFig wants to go to Tortuga.
JFig wants to go to Tortuga.
If
We've
you
got
want
your
tickets,
chance.
take me.
To win a 3-day pass.
Do
to
we
go
know who's in it?
Rock the
Where
Ever
is Tortuga?
Same place where Riptide is. Fort Lauderdale
Fort
Beach.
Lauderdale
Oh,
Beach.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
la-di-da-di.
Okay, so because I don't know. Like I'm
Uh,
not. So give us a. We got any heavy hitters? Some guys.
Yeah.
Now, wait, no. If I know them,
Laney Wilson.
I know Laney Wilson.
It is April 5th through the 7th. You want to win a 3-day pass? You can see Lainey Wilson. She's the
Right.
headliner.
Right.
Hardy.
You better go work on that now, JFig.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Trying to get a
You
ticket.
can
Oh,
sweet talk some
please.
tickets.
I'm trying.
Hardy, Jason Aldean,
I know Jason Aldean.
Old
Old
Dominion.
Dominion, and more.
No, not Old Dominion.
Amazing.
Is
Uh,
Old Dominion?
Dog.
Is that a group?
What a lineup.
Yeah, their group.
I don't know.
They got like 5 guys.
know who's there?
A lot of beachy songs.
Teddy Swims.
No,
Swim.
no.
Teddy Swims is there.
I-
Dang,
This
dude.
is no lie.
Wow.
I would go for the whole weekend just to see him.
Love that. You should go.
You gotta
Should
go.
go.
Come
now.
with
I like
me.
Teddy Swims.
Text the word.
Teddy Swims don't play.
You don't.
I want to see Teddy Swims and
You
then
know-
Jelly Roll.
You know who don't play either?
Who?
Warren Zaters.
What's up?
Warren Zaters.
Guys.
Yes.
Can you finish the read, please,
Yeah, I
guys?
mean,
Can
that's
you
really
please?
like a-
Come on, who's not?
I was
We're
trying to
talking
bang
it up
this,
here.
I was trying to bang this out, then get to Kozar Coffee, and you guys I know you're excited about Tortuga. I'm excited about Tortuga too.
I might go.
Let's
Wow.
go.
I
Let's
hope.
go.
If the company will let me in.
Text the word Laney to 20357.
Laney.
Laney, Lainey. Laney. Text that to 20357, and you're entered to win. You might be going. If you want to purchase single-day tickets, pick your day or grab single-day passes. They go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at TortugaMusicFestival.com. A man who I feel like would enjoy some Tortuga because he's good vibes is Bernie Kozar, Leroy.
The best of vibes. He is probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life that played football. I've never heard him yell. But he's been through some stuff. You know, you know him for his comebacks on the field. Great U of M quarterback. Almost won the Heisman, right? Should have won the Heisman. But one of the greatest comebacks he's had is with his health after a grueling career, 40 surgeries, over 100 concussions. Bernie was down but not out. He realized that food is medicine and changed what he put into his body. Bernie started creating wellness products and has finally released Kozar Coffee. Kozar Coffee, everybody. An organic coffee that's infused with vitamin D and resveratrol, which is a miracle antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. This combination of ingredients is exclusive to Kozar Coffee and the perfect way to start your own journey into a healthier life. He can also get Kozar Coffee apparel. All this can be found on KosarCoffee.com, and we have an exclusive discount for our listeners. Just use code Leroy. You're going to get a hookup. right? You're going to get the hookup. And as Bernie always says, you deserve to be healthy because you matter.
We will go.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Appreciate you guys checking us on out. We are on YouTube and Twitch, which you guys can check us on out. You guys can join the chat there. We got your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Heat host the Spurs tomorrow night. Are we fired? Oh, man.
They were having potty mouth conversations, dude.
Well, I would just let's just not even bring it because let's not bring more attention to it.
Nah, all good though.
But the Heat and Spurs get going tomorrow. Second night of a back-to-back at home.
All right, so who's not playing tonight?
Who's not playing tonight?
There we go. That's all we need.
You know, the only thing I would say to that, though, is they got a couple days off after that, and then they're not going anywhere. So their schedule coming up is, they got Orlando tonight, Spurs tomorrow, off. Wait, actually, yeah, it'd be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They got 3 days off at home, and then Sunday afternoon against the Celtics. So I don't know. They'll probably have a practice one day in there. So I don't know. If there's a back-to-back, everybody should play, Leroy. This should be one of those days. It does sound like they'll get Tyler back today from the migraine, and and Duncan Robinson, I think, was questionable. Wow. So they may get Duncan back. God, do they need shooting?
But it's been 2 years now. Haven't really gotten the timely shooting that we got the years past.
And that's not true. The playoffs they did.
Okay,
Regular season, they were awful.
Okay. Oh, all right. So they had a stretch.
Well, it was a good stretch.
It was a good stretch.
It was a good stretch.
It was a good stretch. It was a good stretch.
What do you want to do with this headline out of the Super Bowl?
Oh boy.
This is from Las Vegas locally. They tweet, an NFL player in town for the Super Bowl was attacked by a coyote last night at Lake Las Vegas, according to a source.
Wow.
No way.
Who is the player? I must know.
If I had to guess, I'm looking at Kittle.
No, it said a form, not a guy playing in the Super Bowl.
No, it just said a player in town for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, in town.
So it could be for Radio Row. It could be for anything.
Right.
How can I make this into Travis Kelce?
You know what?
That's just what I was thinking.
That's
what I was thinking.
Wait, he can't be at the lake.
Thinking out loud.
Wait, he can't be at the lake and at press row.
Apparently, according to Fox 5 in Las Vegas.
Fox, get it. Fox.
I like that. Reports of coyote attacks have been on the rise in recent months in Las Vegas.
Whoa.
The coyotes aren't having it.
You know,
be careful.
No, you know where there's no coyotes?
Where's that?
In the casino at the pie gow table.
Like, it can't be
I
Kittle.
just clicked on the headline. It just says, this is the headline. Coyotes are biting people in Lake Las Vegas, officials say.
But
four people bit by coyotes in 3 months.
Here's the problem. So I don't know how to let Fonz know this because he's an outdoorsman. He likes seeing everything.
Yep.
Vegas is not for sightseeing, dude.
Yeah,
and
it is.
okay, his
Vegas
first we get in at 9:00 on Saturday night. He wants to get up on Sunday morning.
What's he want to see? Like the Hoover Dam?
He wants to go to the mountains.
So that's like Grand Canyon? Is that?
Yeah, somewhere like certain mountains.
Not
or something.
necessarily close.
He's a photographer. Like that's he's gonna
He
want
should do that.
He wants to
needs
put stuff in 4K or 8. He probably knows whatever it is.
8K.
9K. Whatever
Hey,
the hell.
For sure.
I told him I probably won't be up. Or I probably would not have been asleep yet.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Good
what
call.
do we do? Dude, we would go to Vegas and we would go eat and then just go hang out. And then it's 2 a.m. Right? And like, what have we been doing? Nothing. Just perusing, walking around.
This says the problem has risen from people feeding coyotes. Fox 5 obtained video
White
showing
folks.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
You don't know that.
Let me tell you something.
You don't know that.
Let me tell you something. Black folks don't go into the woods and feed wild animals.
Other folks, though. You never know.
Come on, dude.
You don't know.
Come on.
Could be mixed.
Bring it. Mommy, should we bring some bread to feed the coyotes?
This Fox 5 obtained video showing a woman feeding coyotes on the road that lead down to the village. Harney says coyotes are losing their fear of humans because of their close contact with people feeding them.
They're definitely not losing their fear because they biting them. They ain't afraid.
I'd be pissed too if I'm a coyote and you bring me bread. Come on, where's the meat?
She says this is a public health
Really?
concern because coyotes carry
You,
rabies.
if you were a coyote, you wouldn't be able to bite nobody because you wouldn't be able to catch anybody because you ate too much meat.
They seem like they're nice and they're trying to get close.
I tell you what, the coolest thing I ever saw out there in the desert while I was golfing, a real road runner.
Really?
Yeah, there's road runners all over.
Meat.
Yep, that's what I kept doing. They don't look like they're like smaller. But yeah, Wile E. Coyote.
This is definitely
So
gonna
I guess they don't use Acme because they get in there.
Oh, wow, this guy's like doing the whole thing. He's got the coyote behind him. Bold choice.
What are you doing?
I'm watching a news report from Fox 5. I want to see if the lady's intangible.
So he tried to get a good picture with the coyote in front of him?
No, I mean, he's got an easy look at it because the coyotes right now, they got one all the way in the back. There you see him. He's just, camouflaged in.
Wasn't on my bingo list in regards to Super Bowl weekend.
Would you, if you would, how pissed?
Right. So they just went out to the desert.
Yeah. Because it's been a problem in Las Vegas. I'll tell you one thing, though.
Ooh.
How pissed would you be if Patrick Mahomes couldn't play because a coyote bit him?
Ooh,
He ain't
I'd be
going out.
pissed.
You
Yeah,
think
I'd
he's
be
going
pissed.
to the mountains?
I wouldn't risk that.
No, you can't. I'd be pissed. Yeah, I'd be
Wait.
pissed.
Is she intangible?
Wow.
Yes.
I think we know the answer.
Oh.
to that, dude.
Yes.
I can't really tell. She's
Stop.
in a sweatsuit.
Listen.
Look at her feeding it.
Listen.
That's all JFig.
Listen. This is not. Y'all can say.
What do you
listen,
think she is?
You want me to get? You want me to get?
Oh,
You want me to? So you want me to make intangibles feel better?
Here.
I like watermelon and red Kool-Aid.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna
we
see-
even.
Do you want to see the
Red.
video? You want to see the video of the old lady filling?
It's
feet?
an old lady too.
Yeah, of course.
Look. Oh look. See, they run away because they think it's a bomb, and then they come back.
Yeah, yeah she's.
Oh, and
intangible.
she's circling herself. So she's thrown in a circle. She's gonna get.
What NFL player went hiking though? That's what I really
Where's
need to find
that?
out.
I don't know, dude. What do you think? I lose
There's
all
not
places.
grass like that in Vegas.
Oh, you
Check
don't know
Larry
that.
Zonka's Twitter, quick.
You think Larry Zonka? Larry, first of all,
Ooh.
if a coyote tried to
Look,
fight
so
Larry
look,
Zonka,
she's running up. They run up every time.
You'd have to check on the coyote.
Give her a
Yeah.
whole loaf.
yeah, she actually looks like she's throwing tortillas.
Yeah.
Just walk around with
Okay.
tortillas in your pocket. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I guess
Or
doesn't
counterpoint,
sound like an intangible to me.
if you going to Vegas, stay on the strip.
Well, it could be tortillas and it could be just pita bread. Like little,
Yeah, we gotta
little
find out.
wraps.
There you go.
If we identify that carb, we will know.
Exactly.
That's
dude.
what we need.
Exactly.
This
for
is
sure.
crazy.
Anyway, be careful.
Why
out there.
y'all? Can I
Yeah.
ask you a question?
Don't say y'all. Like,
Yeah, you
not
probably not.
Y'all.
Hey,
what?
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
you can look at me and say y'all for some things.
Like what?
Okay.
No, I
I ain't
wouldn't
gonna
do that.
Probably not best. Actually.
I'm not doing that.
What?
What?
You can say.
I'm not.
Here's the
gonna do
equivalent
that.
to what you would say. You would say. Tobin would say.
What a ridiculous point.
That's not an intangible thing. That's what you would say.
I'm not going to say that.
Really?
Nope.
It's here. Can I just say this? We're all different, right?
Yes.
We're all from different backgrounds or whatever, right? We do things different than others. So that means white people do things differently than black folks, and then Spanish, then Islanders, then whatever, right?
Mhm.
So what? It's not, you're not being insensitive or whatever. It's true.
Was it a
Black
tortilla,
folks are not going into the desert to feed coyotes.
No cap.
No cap. That's right.
though? That's a fair.
And
assessment.
to say is insensitive or offensive that I say why all the intangibles always got to do stuff like that when it's actually true. What are you doing? It's just like, guess
I've
what?
seen some Instagram videos.
Guess what?
Mm.
Here's the other thing.
Remember the gator video?
The one gator video out of 700 million.
Oh wait, what about that lady that JFig put in the chat? Remember that said that everyone was trying to take her card? What is she doing something crazy recently?
Oh,
what?
it's a-
Let me just put a bow on this.
What did I do?
why not? We're like,
Makes sense.
why are you getting so?
You know
She
why.
was on a kayak. Remember with all the things that were underneath her kayak?
Oh, but that was that wasn't the wait. First of all, that was a voiceover. There was no way in hell that a black lady was out there by herself.
All right.
No chance.
Take a break. two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get to our headlines, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know truck.
We're going to speak to Valley Sports Sun and Miami Heat radio analyst Amy Audibert later on this hour.
Amy.
Love when Amy joins the
Yes.
show.
Yes.
By the way, did you see the Canes last night? You know,
I sent a
of course-
text. It
Amy,
was
of course, a
10
former
wait.
Miami Hurricane herself.
It was 10 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah.
They had 23 points.
They finished with 38.
Yeah.
Oh, they
The
went on.
lowest since like the 80s. That's horrible.
Man.
The 80s.
Since the James L. Knight days.
Since the basketball team was reinstated in 1982.
God.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, it's
Not good, Bob.
I mean,
been a
well,
very
I went, oh, Miami's playing. So I
Oh.
turned it on,
Did they?
and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of bricks being thrown here.
they need. I mean, like I don't know how much faith we got in them getting a win over North Carolina this week, but
They
they need a moment. It feels like because it's just been very uneven since conference play has started.
Why are they so different this year?
I mean, they lost Isaiah Wong and they lost Jordan Miller. I mean, two pros, so that's
Right.
not great.
Right.
But you would have thought.
Where's
you know,
Isaiah Wong now?
He's in Indiana, I want to say.
Good
I
question.
think he's in Indiana. I don't think he plays very much, but he's in Indiana.
I think
if he does, he probably averages 15
he
points like the
is,
rest
yeah.
of that team.
He is
everybody.
Everybody on the team at least averages a dozen. But I don't think he plays very much. And then Jordan Miller was on the Clippers. That's who took him. I don't know if he's and he's obviously not in the rotation, but they lost them. And then this year, Norchad O'Meara has been like really, really good.
But that's it.
But Wooga Poplar,
Pack.
uneven.
a lot of
Pack.
injuries too.
They've been dealing with injuries too. Yeah, they've had the ankle injuries, so they haven't had everybody together. A little bit of the heat in them with that. But he's 38 points last night. Oof.
38 points.
Not good.
Holy smokes.
Phew. So let's get to the rest of our headlines. Heat, they'll back on the hardwood tonight, taking on the Orlando Magic. 7:30. Very big game for the Heat. The Magic have jumped them. I think they've split so far this year, but the one game the Heat won, they barely won. Remember, you had Paulo Costa to get my UFC on. Paulo Banchero missed that bunny.
Yeah.
Remember, he had a couple shots at it, and then they did not have.
He's good.
Oh, he's good.
He is
He's
good.
He's a moose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's built. He's almost like thick like LeBron.
Typical Heat, typical team that's going to give the Heat problems. They're very big. I mean, they got
Oh.
him, Franz Wagner. Then
Wagner had 40 the other night.
God, yeah. So
And his brother's on that team.
Yep.
Still can't. I watched them 2 years in Michigan. Still can't figure it out.
So the Heat got to get this one tonight for sure because Orlando just jumped them in the standings.
So you need to at least start talking about, tiebreakers and stuff like that. If this is the last time they play,
And just get it rolling. Look, they got off to an amazing start. They've come back to earth for sure. And you're at home. They're favored by a couple. I think the line's actually gone now because I feel like it was 3.5 when I looked at it yesterday.
right?
It's you got to get this one. You got to get these next two, and then you're going into
Chili peppers.
I don't know. We'll look at the chili peppers later on, but
All
this is an important one. Sounds like the Heat are going to get Tyler back for sure. Sounding better that Duncan Robinson is on his way back. So hopefully that is the case. We'll talk to Amy more about it. Coming on up, Miami Dolphins. They are hiring former Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator Joe Barry to be their linebackers coach and run game coordinator.
You know what's
That
crazy?
according to the Miami Herald.
Is that wasn't there a Joe Barry who was there in Buffalo? Joe Barry,
I don't remember.
the offensive coordinator.
An offensive coordinator?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that took over for who took over for Ken Dorsey.
That's Joe Brady.
Brady.
Joe
All right,
Brady.
Joe Brady.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right.
Yeah, Joe Brady took over.
You know,
for-
Ken Dorsey's in Cleveland now.
I saw some of the
Yeah,
clips yesterday. I saw some of the clips on
Yeah.
Mary Kay Cabot's Twitter account.
I was on I did my thing
Hmm?
in Cleveland.
He's
yesterday
the offensive coordinator or the QB coach?
QB coach, offensive coordinator. It
So
doesn't
both,
like
okay.
like here's what everybody needs to understand, and I explained this 1,000 times. Right? On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you work on the game plan. The coaches have stayed up half the night working on this game plan to get it ready for the week. Then you fine tune it during practice and film study and so forth and so on. So when you see that big card of plays that an offensive coordinator has, they're all listed in situations. And so he's looking at the card, not going through plays, but going through situations. And you may have 3 or 4 plays in each situation, maybe more goal line or whatever. Then you have a chart for like special plays and when you run them or what have you. Everybody knows the plays. Everybody that you prepare during the week, everybody knows the 4 or 5 plays that could be called in that situation. That's why you do all that practice during the week. So we get so caught up in who's calling the plays. Actually, he's only picking from 4 or 5 plays in that situation. He's not picking from the offensive playbook. And so everybody has an idea in any given situation, especially the quarterback, of what play is coming. A lot of times he'll start calling the play, and the quarterback knows the rest of the play. So it doesn't matter who's calling the plays because everybody has an idea what that play is.
I think the thing that is, first of all, I thought he got a raw deal in Buffalo. I thought that
he did.
He was used as a scapegoat, and like Joe Brady definitely leaned more on the run game and put more.
Well, here's the other thing: they started using Cook
a lot more,
yeah. Which, for whatever reason, I don't know why they didn't use him before. Was that Ken Dorsey? Was that
I don't know.
Yeah, right. So there's a lot of
I don't know, but Ken Dorsey. The thing that's interesting about the Ken Dorsey thing is Ken Dorsey was Josh Allen's QB coach in the years leading up. It's like not like he just out of nowhere just joined Buffalo this year. He was with Josh Allen for a very long time, and a lot of the things that people would say is Ken Dorsey. You look at Cam Newton's best years, who was his QB coach, Ken Dorsey. You look at Josh Allen turning from a turnover machine. Yes, he had Brian Daboll as his offensive coordinator, but Ken Dorsey was his QB coach. So Ken Dorsey is a good coach. You have a quarterback in Deshaun Watson, who obviously has a lot of pressure going into this year because he's coming off injury. He's a huge contract. And quite frankly, since he's gotten to Cleveland, it's been a disaster. They need to get his mind right. And Ken Dorsey has taken some basket cases at quarterback and seems like he's done a good job with them.
Here's the deal there. That's a running team. Very similar quarterback to Josh Allen, probably won't run as much. I think won't make as many mistakes. So it may look a lot better simply because you don't have to worry about all the damn turnovers. And so I'm interested to see, and the most important thing for me when they asked me yesterday is, what do you want to see out of Ken Dorsey? I want to see if he leans on the run game here in Cleveland, right? Because they've been a dominant run team. Or is he going to do what he did with Josh Allen? And if he relies more on the run and play action and stuff like that, it could be something that, he didn't think Cook was this. He didn't think that, you know what I mean? And so from that standpoint, because you have to understand that Buffalo fans love Josh Allen. Everybody loves Josh Allen. But here's the downfall with Josh Allen, which I keep saying all the time, which was the same thing with Brett Favre. He's going to win you some games. But at those critical moments with the ball in your hand, he can also lose you a couple.
For sure.
And that's what Josh Allen's problem is. He turns the ball over too much.
Don't tell that to Art Basil over there, who's like his number one fan all of a sudden.
Lashing out, dude.
No, I'm not
lashing out here, all right?
Oh, wait. Marcos,
Yeah.
did I say anything that wasn't accurate?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So you take the good, but it's like the home run hitter that strikes out 200 times. Like and bats 190, but hits 40 home runs.
Yeah.
You like the home runs. The most important thing, though, how much does 200 batting 200 help you?
Depends how much they walk, I would say.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You see what I mean? Like that. It used to be so important to have a good batting average.
What do you think Stanton's bigger Achilles heel has been his entire career? His
Outside
hamstring
slider?
or the slider?
Outside slider.
Ooh.
That dude been swinging at that. He's swinging right now. You could throw outside slider. He's swinging, dude. We've been watching this for years. 1 and 2. Here it comes. Whoa. And he shakes his head. Dude, I would rather you take a strike than swing at that. Because it's never a strike.
Miss him though. They should bring him back.
No.
I was just gonna say,
hey,
baseball hasn't been the same
Should
since he
bring him
left.
back
though.
though. We should bring.
Well,
him
hold
back.
on.
That was fun.
No, we had a good year last.
You think they paying him
Yeah, it was a good. year.
30 million a year?
Pay somebody.
40 million?
Pay somebody.
No, they
Pay
don't.
someone.
No, they don't. It's not like it's baseball.
He does no. Listen, you bring Giancarlo Stanton back down here, right?
Yeah, homecoming.
He is a penthouse. What has that? How big is that penthouse? He's got that giant penthouse where
12,000 square
he's
feet.
doing bench press with Adriana Lima.
Yep.
And you bring him down here and you have a good time. We hit some home runs, baby.
Come on, baby.
You know, a little lineup with him, Berger, and Bell.
Oh,
Ooh.
come on.
We're losing Soler.
baby.
We're not bringing Soler. Well, might go to Leroy's point. I mean, they don't want to give Soler $20 million. They're not going to pay Stanton.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
True.
Like, understand, understand that you have the Rays South.
But no one's gonna bother Stanton here if he leaves. Like in New York, they're gonna line up WFAN calls with him being a bum because he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he's on
Even
vacation
Cashman
mode.
said this year, we know Stanton's gonna miss some time. I was like, Jesus.
Ugh.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
not wrong, but
Just going with the
Jesus.
percentages. Like, sometimes the truth hurts.
The truth does hurt.
The truth hurts.
Truth hurts. He gets hurt. Panthers, they're back on the ice tonight. Puck drops at 7:00 from Amarant Bank Arena, which I drove by to work today. Philadelphia Flyers. They have to sign up there quick.
Wow.
I got to give it up to Amarant Bank. I've seen stadiums down here. They keep the signs off for a long time. They got that up quick.
Yeah.
So Cats looking to keep it going. They, of course, have been having a really, really great year. There's they feel like they have turned things around.
Where are they
a
in the
big way.
standings as far as the Eastern Conference?
Leroy, I will get to that coming
Okay.
up in Cat Talk.
Yeah.
Lashing out.
Just
Dude.
by way of saying I don't have the answer.
He's lashing out.
I'm not lashing out.
He's lashing out.
He brings up a topic.
Yeah.
I
Your
asked
art
him
is
a
lashing
question
out.
You asked a
that
normal
probably
question.
all of our listeners were interested in,
That's right.
right?
It was
he
right
didn't
on topic.
prepare, and so he lashes out at me for
I
asking
didn't
the
realize
obvious
I was
question.
sitting here 20 questions,
Dude, and I'm giving you time
Oh.
right now.
Look at that. Instead of all this quibbling,
You're the worst.
could have been doing some research.
They're 5 points behind the Boston Bruins
For the
in the
top
Atlantic.
spot in that. Oh, just in the Atlantic.
in the Atlantic. They're second,
Oh.
though,
Okay.
overall.
All right. Oh my goodness. Like, was that so hard? It's like,
So
wow.
much, dude.
what are we doing?
He just makes it more difficult.
Yes.
I apologize.
Yes.
Anyway, getting back to the whole thing that I wanted to start with, which was the Green Bay Packers. We hired Joe Barry, and then we went to Joe Brady, and then we went to Ken Dorsey.
Oh, yeah.
They also report, though, the Miami Herald, that Anthony Campanile will not be returning to the coaching staff.
Dang.
Ooh, you know what that
Mr.
meant?
Mr. Hard
Wait,
Knocks.
no, let me tell you why. Can I tell you how this went? And I don't know, but I'm just going to just use my own damn common sense. Is that, I'm not going to be the DC? Then why am I here?
Hmm?
Okay.
So we want to honor his memory, of course, with his famous Hard Knock speech.
I just want to talk about this game before we go out there, okay? And to me, this is true as it gets. What's a mercenary? A mercenary is a hired gun, right? He gets paid. He's really good at his job, okay? But he gets paid to execute it. Mercenaries will always defeat the draftees, but the volunteers will crush them both. There's one thing on the planet that's more of a motivator than money. Your emotional investment. The people you love, that what's important to you, what you're really about, where you were raised, whatever that is to you, okay? Those guys will volunteer to fight, okay? That's what we're looking for. Looking for guys that are going to volunteer to fight Monday night, today, and every day the rest of the way, okay? Because that's what we're training, a championship. Everybody in here, you're going to feel that way. Get a shot to the body, can't breathe, can't think. Get the off. That's what we're look. Every day, that's what we're working toward. Every day. That's the type of fight it's going to be. Just keep that image in your head. That's what it's going to be Monday night. See you guys out there.
Wow.
Can I just say this? There is nothing that annoys me more. Nothing that annoys me more than when somebody else tells you what injury you should be able to bounce back from, especially a person that ain't been hit. Right? Like you say, you can hit the ribs, get up. I'm like, yo, I'm coughing up blood, dude. Can we take a break?
Well, it was interesting, though. Like, I felt like as soon as Fangs left, all of the buzz was about Campanile. Like, in the meetings, like, out, like like minutes after it all happened, it was like Campanile, and now Campanile.
Silly Sauce says, "Man, Campbell will hire him."
Man, I just feel like you hear him, and you know what? If he doesn't get a job in the NFL, Shiano will bring him back to Rutgers because that guy is Rutgers. He just sounds like Rutgers.
Who had a better Hard Knocks speech,
Hmm?
him or Mike Sherman?
Jaworski, let me see you for a minute, real quick. See how you disrupt the meeting? It's
Pretty good, dude. Pretty good.
Do you have the whole thing though? Do you have
Okay,
any?
fellas, let's get started. We don't have a whole lot of time in here together, so let's. What I want to do is kind of have a quick review of what we anticipate them to play, as well as you can anticipate some of the early calls we'll have in the game. So what we'll do, Jaworski, okay, meeting starts at 8:50. You're in here at 8:50. I don't give a okay. See how you disrupt the meeting? It's
The old don't like being
Anyways,
disrupted.
So the big thing tomorrow, guys, is come out fired up, ready to go. Give it your best effort you possibly can. Have no regrets about how you play this game tomorrow. Okay. Jaworski, let me see you for a minute, real quick. You see how you disturb me when you walk in late? I'm in a train of thought. You come in late. That's bullcrap. You cannot do that. If you want to be a professional, there's a certain way of being a pro, and that's not it. Sir. Do you understand me? Sir. And so either you come in the meeting, you say, Coach, I got an emergency situation. I got to take. I understand. I can handle that, but I can't handle when you come into a meeting, and I'm in the middle of it, and all of a sudden you break my train of thought. That's bull. You heard all these other guys. Everybody else is here. Yes, sir. You're a grown man. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, that's what being a professional is all about.
I also think, though, in fairness, Coach Sherman, being professional would be, okay, he's in the meeting, complete the meeting.
Right. Like, don't stop the meeting. It's also professional to stop the meeting and then get him on the way out.
I don't blame a rookie Jaworski Lane not having the sass to come back and be like, professional would be, finish the meeting. But
that sounds like even I wouldn't say that. I've been known to say something. Like sometimes, but you know what? Sometimes in life, if you let somebody say one thing, then the next time it just gets more and more crazy. And you're like, hold up, buddy, what are we doing?
We'll take a quick break. Jaworski, what were you? I got this.
sex in her.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Roger Goodell announcing yesterday that the NFL season is going to open up in Brazil next year.
Open in Brazil?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to play the other song. Play the other Jack Harlow song.
Loving on Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah.
Then Tobin accuses me of playing the same songs, and then
Come on.
Gets angry.
Yeah.
You do
come
love
on.
that song.
Intangible rap. Let's go.
What do you mean?
Good though.
It's good.
Good rap.
I
Jack
don't have
Harlow.
no bias. Like I listen to all of it.
Jack Harlow does have bops, dude.
You like Iggy Azalea too?
Why are you looking at me like that?
No. I like
She did.
I like that Lil Durk one too.
Which one's that?
Was it all my life?
All My Life.
Yeah, that's a banger right
All
there.
My Life. You are
Lil-
very in tuned with the
Lil Durk's got that song.
No, I
with,
listen to no. This is no lie.
Hold on.
I listen to all music.
Who has that song with Lil Durk, Tobin? Who?
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen and Lil Durk. That's
Yeah.
correct.
They have a
That's
couple
correct.
songs.
Yeah.
You
Swear to God, I know that.
No, it's true.
I let you know.
no, but I listen like it's just I'll send JFig, so I'll just be perusing through my top, the hits on Sirius,
Mhm.
and I'll hear a song and I like it. And I'm like, oh, that's
By the
why
way-
I hit it with that Teddy Swims. That dude can sing.
Speaking of country, oh no.
But I don't know.
Oh,
no.
Toby Keith died.
Toby Keith.
Toby
First of all,
Keith. How old was he?
I didn't realize
62?
I didn't realize he was that old.
man.
So
Yeah.
it caught me off guard.
Toby Keith.
Yeah. He got a country voice, even when he talks,
Yeah.
right?
He he apparently had like a very brief bout with stomach cancer.
Yeah.
Toby
I
Keith.
can see it.
Toby Keith passed away. Red Solo Cup. That's probably
That's what he did.
That's probably my favorite Toby Keith
Damn,
song.
he's good.
Red Solo Cup.
Hey.
I fill you up.
It's hey, you know what?
Yeah.
It's a funny thing that
Whoa, what was that?
people make fun of rap sometimes.
Yep.
Because they be rapping about nothing,
Mhm.
but it's like the beat or whatever.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my two probably best songs that old knucklehead over here sings.
Red Solo.
Chicken Fried and Red Solo Cup. Right?
Chicken fried.
Right.
Oh, man,
Was there anything more adorable than Hard Knocks this year with
Oh.
Christian Wilkins and Zach Sealer singing Chicken Fried
Singing.
together?
But I'm just saying, like,
That was a good moment.
like those are excellent songs about absolutely nothing.
Can't
Oh,
let
wait,
Christian
no, it
walk.
was about cold beer on a Friday night.
Yep. And the radio up.
All I can picture is down at the what's the place in Davie?
Roundup.
Roundup.
Round up.
As soon as that song comes on, all the line dancing starts.
Bro. I gotta tell you, I am so embarrassed when I go either to Renegades or
Oh, yeah.
Roundup with these people knowing the dances, and I don't know what the hell direction to go.
That's
D
rough.
doesn't know him?
She knows them. I don't.
Gotta get it together.
Huh?
So what?
PBR. What does it stand for?
PBR, that's 7 hours from his house.
You think I'm gonna drive 2 hours to go line dancing?
Yeah. There's a better chance of going to DR instead of PBR.
Yeah.
So
Renegades has everything though, JFig. They got a bowl. They got bars on every line.
And-
But Roundup's the best. Roundup
Roundup
is the best. Roundup is a great bar.
staple.
One time snuck in Brad Penny's entourage. Didn't have to pay the cover.
It's a crowning moment, everyone.
It was. It was when he was on the Dodgers though. It was with
Yeah,
I
good.
snuck into him. Got in with Matt Kemp.
Oh,
Oh man, they had a roster.
Oh, dude.
No, I'm talking about Matt Kemp
Oh,
and
yeah.
Brad
Yeah,
Penny.
both of them.
Both of them had a nice
Family man
roster.
now. Family man.
family.
Yeah, that's okay. But back then, we're
Back
talking about
then,
back then. I don't know what he got
stories.
going on now.
Yeah, Matt Kemp, they said after Rihanna, one the same. One the same after that.
Yeah.
He didn't have that Travis Kelce Taylor Swift effect. When Riri came around, a lot of swings and misses after that for Matt Kemp. Didn't Matt Kemp get invited to the spring training as a Marlin?
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
He came.
Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah, he was took 2 swings and said, "I'm out."
Take a quick break. We'll talk a little Heat. Amy Audibert, Miami Heat analyst on the radio and TV. She joins us next.
WQAM.
You ain't nothing but a.
All right, welcome back. Well, you can keep going if you want.
That's all
You
I.
want to get that Doja Cat?
I get it.
They don't call this Hound Dog, though. Isn't it called Vegas?
It's Vegas.
Vegas?
Yes, but notice how she said frog in the beginning. She was shouting me out.
That's what she did.
That's because they replaced the other word.
No.
Dummy.
Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Heat basketball back tonight. 7:30
Can't
tip
wait.
off from the Kaseya Center. You, of course, can hear that right here on 560 WQAM. Jason Jackson and our next guest, Amy Audibert, on the call. You could listen to here on WQAM. You can watch on Bally Sports Sun. They have your coverage starting at 7 as the Heat take on the Magic tonight. Amy, kind enough to join us on the Toilet of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toilet of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Hello.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. I'm great. It's game day. I love game
It
day,
is.
so good.
Yeah, I love game day too.
How early do you go over to the arena?
Well, I like to roll over around. I like to get there around 4:45, ideally. So usually I get there right at 5. But I've
You're on
to
that
be
JFig.
honest, every
that
day I
JFig
say,
schedule.
yeah. Every day I'm like, I'm gonna be early. I'm gonna be early. But I mean, women understand. Our time is to get ready is a little bit more.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah, like it's crazy. It's like I'll just tell you guys real quick. I go work out. I'm in this great routine of working out on game days. I get home, I sit here, I do my prep. We have a production meeting. I go shower, and I literally have to dry my hair, put my makeup on, get dressed, and then start driving in. So I love game days, but they are pretty intense.
Pretty huge one tonight, Amy. This Orlando Magic team just hopped the Heat. They are giant. I mean, Paolo Banchero's giant. Franz Wagner, they got him back the last time the Heat lost to him. What do you think are the biggest challenges for Miami in this one tonight? Because that team, you know, they've had a really nice season for Orlando Magic standards for sure, but now they're kind of back healthy. I think the Heat got their hands full tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest challenge is going to be, regardless against any team, but especially the Magic, is to score. They are big, and they are big at all positions, and they're physical. Just ask Phoenix. When they rolled in here last week, they had played Orlando the night, I think it was the night before. I don't think there was a night off. There may have been, but like they were like almost shook. Frank Voigt talked about just how upset they were, not upset, but Vogel, excuse me, just how the size on the defensive end, because they're really aggressive too. So I think scoring is always going to be a challenge for any team against Orlando, but with Miami, I mean, the defense looks great. It's rolling, it's back, but still figuring out consistency in the offense. But also, Tobin, to your point, in terms of how big this game is, like, so this is bigger than big, because right now Miami has a 2-1 regular season record against Orlando, but they're in division. And the way the NBA works, when you look at tiebreakers against teams with the same records, the next thing you look at is division. Well, if they're tied with Orlando in the division, then it turns into like a whole other like points winning percentage in your division, and it's crazy. So if you're Miami, you're going in this game and say, let's kind of end that right now and just win this regular season record. It's a huge game.
Is it like, I always wonder, because they're trying to turn things around and try to get things going. And I understand how big this game is, but are they trying to take care of the bigger issues that they've been having? And it just so happens they're playing Orlando at this moment? Or can they just say, okay, this is a big game, let's get it going? Because they've had these struggles now for 2-3 weeks. And
Yeah,
I don't know how that's going to just turn around.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say there's a little bit of that, but these guys understand. Like, that's the difference. I'd say the big difference between Orlando and Miami in terms of their rosters is their experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Miami does have. Now, you credit Orlando because they also dipped quite a bit, but they are pulling themselves out. They were a team, I was curious if they were going to do that just because they're so talented, but they're young. Right. And so they've shown that they're going to continue to figure it out as the season goes on. If you're Miami, I think you, as silly as it sounds, and I'm like such a competitor that it really bothers me because I'm also not a moral victory person. But when you looked at that Clippers game, that came down to making some shots, some good quality shots. That was the difference in that game. I mean, they came out, they defended their tails off. They really, really, really got on top of the Clippers early. And I think, you know, when you look at Terry Rozier, the biggest thing from the Clippers game, and something we're going to talk about tonight, is just you saw a lot more fluidity in terms of his action with Bam, which is so important when you want to talk about that two-man game and getting to your shots and getting to your spots. And if I thought it was actually a really good game, while it wasn't his highest scoring game with Miami, I thought he generated some awesome opportunities. So continuing to build on that, and listen, like this is happening in real time. 2 weeks ago, this guy was just like landing in Miami. So I think it's fair to say like his shooting, he's the first one who said it after the game, that I can't hit a shot right now. But it's not like it's to the point where he's going to at some point, like in his 9th season, he's established that he can shoot the ball. So I think that that's something that's going to come as well. So to your point, I think if you're Miami, you got to keep your head down on the ground a little bit and just believe in your game plans and your executions, because against the Clippers, that who is, in my opinion, the best team in this league right now, if you can just execute in terms of making a couple more shots, you win that game. So they've got to believe that they can compete against anybody in this league on any given night.
Yeah, Leroy got mad at me because I blame the refs with this James Harden because they're still falling for his tricks, Amy. Like I saw this happen again last night.
Amy, if you've played a sport and like how reluctant you are to say something like that, like,
dude,
I'm never gonna take it out of the player's hands. I'm never gonna do it.
He
I
tricks
don't
them
care
with his flopping into the bench. They fall for it every time. Now, last night it was a clash of superpowers because he did it to Trae Young. But it was like they keep falling for it with the kick out thing.
So I will say this. I always kind of disclaimer, I think the officials have the hardest job in the gym. They really do. And actually, when you think about it, they mess up the least amount of times between like players and coaches. I'll throw broadcasts in there. They actually probably do make the few amount of mistakes. They have the hardest job in the gym. But I also, like Tobin, I get like sometimes I'm like, what? But the one that killed me in the Clippers game was not James Harden. It was when Jay Rich took a charge in the open court on Paul George when they made that late push and the officials did not call it. And that could have instantly changed that game. And actually the camera was on the conversation. You could see the official kind of going like, okay. And I like said to Jax, I was like, okay, but that could have been the game. Like, you just don't know at the end of the day. Like, that's not what blows.
He went with
this is
Amy. He went with the Caleb Martin one. Where he should have got the and one, and then they went down and made a 3.
I know that was such a tough
elbow on Caleb.
What an incredible finish! I was just watching that one last night again, and Caleb, I just love when he does stuff like that, which he does. But to me, it was the Jay Rich taking the charge, the full clean out in the open court. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that would have went the other way, and if you score on that, like totally different ball game. But at the end of the day, again, like you look at just some of the shots at Miami when their offense went cold. And I'm sure you guys might ask about this. I'm sitting there and going, man, where's Tyler? Like, because Tyler Herro can generate. I'm such a Tyler. I love Tyler's game, and I think he's so important to this team. And I, this is a perfect example of it. It's like when our offense goes cold, everyone's like, where's Tyler? Because he can generate great shots. You know, and so I'm hoping. I know I believe he's still listening. List is probable when I checked last time. So hopefully he'll be back tonight, because there's going to come a point in time where, if your offense goes cold, at least you can get a good quality shot from him.
He did say, like, he's trying to put up more threes. He's trying, in his words, sacrifice and maybe play a game that's not the most comfortable for him. But we know what a talented shooter he is. Are you seeing that? And then have you also seen? The one thing I've loved over these last 3 games, well, 2 with Tyler, but it just seems like him and Bam are getting back to being on the same page with each other. I don't know why that felt like it got away from them a little bit this year, but those two have had such a great chemistry, been together for so long. So just what have you thought about, since they've reshuffled, they've met, how Tyler's been just playing on the court?
Yeah. So first of all, we know Tyler's a 3-level scorer, and I think he's at his best when he's able to create and kind of like put that on display. But Tyler's being asked to do something really difficult, which is kind of changing his execution based on who he's playing with, like in games. And so some lineups that might mean you've got to be more of a spacer and just kind of roam the perimeter, keep your feet moving, and get your target hands up, get ready to shoot. And other lineups that's like, hey, get into your 2-man game, get to your paint touches. His mid-range floater, we all know, is like one of the best, I think, just at his size, his ability to get over defenders. So Tyler's being asked to literally like almost change that. Maybe it might be quarter to quarter. And I think that there's something to be said about giving him some credit for doing that. But the Sacramento game, he was great. And actually, he only took 9 shots that whole game. I'd like to see him take a couple more, but I think he's still trying to feel out this new kind of hybrid role for him. But yes, to your point, the 2-man game with Bam, or it's Tyler and Bam, it's Duncan and Bam. And now I think we're adding Terry and Bam in there. Who's the common denominator, my friends? Let's go. Like, he is an all-star. Okay, come on now.
Amy, how difficult is that? Because I think, a lot of times we see Tyler do a lot of different things with different groupings, but how difficult is that to know when it's time, or does he know, right? Or do they tell him, okay, look, you have to be the guy who's creating shots, or you are, you're the guy that is going to be the perimeter guy, and we're going to, kick it out to you and let you shoot. How evident is that? How, is it easy to transition to that? Does he know, or does he have to kind of figure it out on the fly?
Well, from my own experience, I wasn't given. My job was to set screens, hit everybody, smash the flash. So I was never really asked to change. So I was just like, just go hit everybody and no one comes into your paint. And I loved it. That's what I got to do every day. And I pay for it every morning when I wake up and try to walk. But for Tyler, I think it comes down to, again, like this team, we all know it, and they're not hiding away. They went through that 7 games where they're kind of almost like rejigging and re-identifying and having tough conversations. But I think the foundation of everything is communication. And it's no coincidence that so when Tyler gets in the game, to your point about kind of switching these, it's just having those conversations, like having structure, having structure, and maybe a little bit more structure than they're used to again, because now you've added a guy like Terry who can get his own shots up too, who gets to the paint. You want Jimmy touching the paint. Bam is not roaming on the 3-point line. Like that key is only so big, right? So I think there's something to be said about just kind of continuing to communicate and really, really executing your structure. And that's, I think we all believe in Spo and his staff. And if you don't, I don't have anything to say to you about that. But you know what I mean? So if Spo's like saying, this is what we're doing, you got to do it. Like you have to do it and you have to believe in it. I don't think there's any reason not to at this point. I don't think there ever will be. So I think it's just, again, making sure that everyone's on the same page and the communication is clear and concise.
Speaking of Tyler, he's not just a great basketball player. He's Scotty Drippin. He's a man of fashion. What do we think of the bunny hat?
I love this, and I've told Tyler this. I don't think there's one thing that he can wear that I'm like, no. I think he could absolutely wear anything and rock it. And actually, when that came on, I was sitting in studio with Will Manso, and we were like, oh my gosh. Was it Loverboy? I've never heard of Loverboy, but now everyone knows Loverboy. Yeah, well, Loverboy's got some hats, okay? But Tyler's the best. Get out of here. He can wear anything and totally just I think he can rock it out. Actually, I told Jax this. I always laugh because I always picture Jax and what Tyler's wearing. It's some little thing I do. And I always am like, could Jax sport that? And usually it's a no.
That would be a great Inside the Heat if they just go, if it would be 2 comparisons, Tyler Herro and Jason Jackson in each other's closets and seeing what the wardrobe looks like, because they would both be very impressive.
See, this is what
that's great producing.
This is my free time. This is what I think of in my free time. So it's great.
Amy, do you think with Jaime Jaquez, we have not seen him be off to that great an offensive start since he's come back? I was wondering this. Do you think this is a rookie wall thing, or do you think he's got a little bit of what's going on? Remember when Jimmy came back, Jimmy kind of was on the outs, didn't feel like he was himself. Now it's a rookie trying to kind of fit in with all these new pieces. What do you think is going on with Jaime right now?
So we're on the same page, Tobin, because I actually ran some numbers and I'm going to read them to you. So last year with UCLA, he plays and starts in 37 games for his team through the entire season. He plays a total of 1,228 minutes. Right now with the Heat, he's playing 44 games and 1,304 minutes. He's already played way more minutes than he did in a condensed season. What's crazy is his efficiency is actually better in the NBA than it was in college. I'm talking about field goals, threes, and free throws. Right. So I'm not going to say rookie wall in that like he's done, but I think when you come back for an injury, like you are checking into a game where it is bigger, faster, stronger. And also Jaime comes back in the middle of kind of this like got to find our identity again, right? And he's playing in a new rotation. He's playing with a new point guard that pushes at a different pace. So I think it's a combination of a little bit of everything. But I think that Jaime is going to be just fine. And especially, like, I think everyone's just like, you get to this point in the season where you're going, okay, got to get to the All-Star break so you can really just take care of your mind and your body a little bit. But I don't think he's hit the wall and that's it. I think he's got a lot more in him for the rest of the season.
You guys can watch Amy Audibert tonight on Bally Sports Sun, pre and post game coverage. And of course, listen to her with Jason Jackson on the radio call tonight, right here on 560 WQM. Always like when you join us, Amy. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
and
Amy.
enjoy the rest of your day and see you down at the arena.
Yeah, great to talk. See you later.
There you go. Check out Amy does fantastic work with the Miami.
So I probably, at that moment, I didn't spell anything. At that moment when she was saying, I think he looks great, it probably wouldn't have been the best time to say he looks like the Joker from my deck of cards.
So, dude, you're Leroy. You can say whatever you want.
But he does. He does.
No, for sure. It's the hat.
It's the hat.
But she
right.
loves the hat. So it was great. I'm glad he saved it, Leroy. I'm glad.
He does, but like there has to be a point. I remember when D Wade got to this point. There was a point where
Oh,
D
no.
Wade
D-Wade,
got
wait,
to
I
games.
got the outfit.
Yeah.
The outfit was when he wore the short,
the suit shorts.
Suit shorts.
I didn't think they were that bad.
Nah, when that first came out, like now we see Tyler Herro, that's like nothing. Like if Tyler Herro showed up in his suit shorts, we'd be like, that's pretty tame for Tyler.
Right.
But there comes a point where you're either a fashion guy or you're not a fashion guy. And she's right. Tyler Herro can just wear whatever he wants because you just expect Tyler Herro to wear things that nobody has the guts to wear. And sometimes he'll show up looking like the Joker. Sometimes he's wearing like the brightest shirt you've ever seen in your life. It's amazing.
He's still not Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
the extra long sweater.
Oh, Kyle
We'll
Kuzma.
never get over that.
Kyle
sweater.
Kuzma looks like airline safety sometimes when he shows up. Like you pull a ripcord. And
does he still do that? Or we all just become numb to it? Or like I haven't seen as much.
If you're Kyle Kuzma, what else do you have besides your fashion right now? Like if Kyle Kuzma's given up on fashion, he's just given up on life because he's certainly, when he looks like he's playing basketball right now, it looks like a little bit of him has died inside being on the Wizards.
Wasting away in Washington.
Dude, it feels like they're wasting away.
Do you know that LeBron probably could have had more success if he had kept all the guys that he went there with?
Yeah, you're talking about Ingram, Randall, D'Angelo.
Yeah,
maybe. Saw him yesterday. He's still trying to trade half his team. How mad is he that Gabe Vincent's not coming back for another month? You know he wanted to ship him off.
Not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
What did Gabe Vincent do?
Exactly.
He left.
What did he do?
I'm saying, what did he hurt?
Oh, his knee.
Oh,
Hurt me.
okay.
Oh.
His knee. His knee's been messed up
He
all
hurt
year.
JFig.
JFig said he hurt me.
Take a break. Back after this.
Okay. Cosmic vibe. Vibing it. Pretty good.
Cats are back on the ice tonight, dude. All right. If you're ready, if you missed your Cats, cat action tonight, taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. That gets going at 7 o'clock from Amerant Bank Arena. You can hear that game on AM 790. The Cat. I'm going to start renaming 790 every time.
Yeah.
Every time there's a game. So, like, if there's
idea.
So if there's a game and the Panthers are 790, the Cat.
Too much? Problem? Sorry.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You can have fun with that,
Thanks.
but I couldn't have fun with my little intangibles.
You can have fun with it. You're just saying, like, come on, you say something about people, and I'm like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not doing that. You can say whatever you want. I'm happy for you, dude.
You know, listen,
It's not a
very rare. See, Tobin annoys the hell out of me, right? He goes out of his way to annoy me. But how I get him back is by making him feel very, very uncomfortable.
Oh,
And
you
it's
mean
not
like saying your joke at the Tyreek Hill gala?
Wait, so
This always gets him.
wait, so we're standing.
He's tickled.
We're standing up front in front of all these people, right? And Toby goes, next, we gotta auction off a trip to Africa.
Well, we were already no. I didn't auction off the trip. What happened was we had dude who's the worst auctioneer known to man.
He started crying.
I will never understand how that happened.
Oh, be proud of me.
If I was your dad, I'd be like, bro, you should probably
awkward.
pick another profession. You can't talk fast. No auctioneer. You're an auctioneer. You can't talk fast.
Yeah, that's strange.
Weird, dude. So this guy was the worst auctioneer known to man. But the final thing was a
Trip to Africa.
Africa.
We got to follow up on that trip. See who won. See how it went.
So Tobin goes, hey, Leroy, you want to take a trip to Africa? I said, no, I don't want to go back. and so everybody in the room got quiet. Tobin took 2 side steps away. and Tyreek's table was hilarious.
Loved it.
That's a good one. That boy good. But nobody else.
Do you think people on that Africa trip are taking
Get a little hot under my
tortillas?
suit when it was going on.
Tortillas to the
At
animals?
the animal?
Oh.
No.
By the way, speaking of, it is Black History Month.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelce, apparently everybody seems to think he invented a lot.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Check out this New York Times headline here, Leroy. Tell me how you feel about this, huh? They'll take the Travis Kelce, the New York Times says, hairdo, that is.
Listen, first of all,
Look at that.
here's what I would like to say.
He is not the problem. The
Look
problem
at
is
this
the people.
guy,
Wait,
dude.
Here's what I would like to say. Who wrote this article?
Exactly.
He may have wrote it himself, for all
No,
I
no.
know.
Who wrote this
I
article?
don't know.
Because I promise you, it was an intangible.
I don't know.
You know
Because
what?
that's the
I'll
only
agree.
that's
I will
the
agree.
only person
Telling you.
that would think that Travis Kelce has his own hairdo.
Not since Jennifer Aniston has a haircut
Again.
become so popular.
Again. Go see who wrote that article.
Barbers in America and abroad are being inundated. You didn't think I'd be able to pronounce that.
You
With
said Indian.
requests.
Is that
Could you-
related to
If
onion?
you actually
Yeah.
walked into a barbershop and you asked for the Travis
Let me
Kelce,
get the
there's
Travis.
You better make sure it's super cuts or
there's-
something
yeah,
like
there's
that.
no way.
It better not be
Yeah.
the corner barber shop because they're gonna laugh you right out of there.
There's no shot.
So
There's-
you agree, Leroy? He is taking liberty with this
No,
newfound
who
fame.
wrote that article?
I don't know. He may have been
Go
you know,
find out
paid.
who wrote that article, and I bet you,
fix it.
Yeah.
and I bet you that guy
Well,
Donna
ain't
Kelce.
never been in a barbershop.
Donna Kelce wrote it, according to this.
Yeah,
Diamond?
of course. Uh-huh.
Okay.
well, a guy who has the Mark Hochman, Paul Maurice. He's
What?
Point for Tobin.
here
Are
he
you
is.
okay?
I think we had 2 or 3 important things to deal with in the first half that got done.
I mean,
Playing to his strength.
I mean, he's less advanced.
Positively, that one that you're happy with.
Like,
So you
Mark
find out
Hochman
where your
has
team's
stage
good at,
5 Mark
and
Hochman.
then usually that identity is hard. To be good at anything is hard. So an acceptance that it's going to be really hard, and that we're going to do it night after night regardless. So that's, everybody's got the same challenge right now. Everybody's trying to do the same thing.
Have you identified what you're good at?
Yeah, a while ago. Like, I think we have a pretty good understanding where we are. But we fought hard to get to it last year. So there's a mentality of the systems, right? There's a certain style of hockey systemization of the game. The way we want to defend probably drives everything that we do, and it's hard. We just the further that you can go along with that consistency, it just starts you move from a thought process to an instinct. So it's the first thing that you do. Your reaction to any change of possession, your reaction to whatever happens on the ice, then just happens because it's instinct, and then you become a much faster team.
Yeah, well, they get going tonight. The fast Cats back at it tonight against the Flyers. But yeah, man, I can't believe that. Didn't they have to do that too with swag surfing as well with Taylor Swift? They thought that Taylor Swift, what is this dance that Taylor Swift has been doing?
Sweeping the nation. But I don't want to talk too much about Swiftie. We know this one over here gets a little wild.
Try me.
She was just enjoying herself. She was just enjoying herself.
Raw child. Leroy always called white people intangibles. First of all, buddy, I did not create that name.
Yeah.
That was my sidekick over here who started calling Intangibles McGee.
First of all,
called white people intangible. It was not me.
Whoa. I mean, and who even said anything about it, the white people being intangibles? It just happened to notice, whenever one of the, athletes who are white is described, gritty, tough,
sneaky fast.
I'm just saying.
It
wasn't me.
Motor,
yeah.
Plays with some heart.
Real has his head in the playbook always. For sure.
Heady plays, intangibles.
You'll see it. The draft is around the corner.
You'll see it. You'll see it, dude.
Thank you, Evan. Leroy hasn't had to worry about the fade in a while. It faded the wrong way. So instead of fading up, mine went from top down.
Only thing it does now is
we call that the George Jefferson.
Yeah.
He fades our picks now. Pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's all the money changed.
Put a yellow parlay tonight?
Oh, okay. Don't threaten me with a little chili pepper.
Oh, man.
Can we do some safe bets to build up the pot?
Safe bets.
Fine. I mean, we'll be right back at it tomorrow. So, yeah, sounds good. I'm going Jaime over. I think tonight he breaks out. And I'm going slump buster tonight. I'm going the Jaime Rozier overs tonight.
I like that. Even though every game you've been calling for this slump to be broken,
it's gonna be over.
They're
due.
Eventually,
you telling you,
you got to be right. So.
They're telling you that. Speaking of intangibles, by the way, did you see this report about Mike Vrabel?
What
about him?
So apparently there was a report from Diana Rossini who says that people didn't want to hire Mike Vrabel because he was too big, too intimidating. And that's why nobody wants an intimidating coach anymore.
What?
Which I find a little bit weird because obviously you have Man Campbell. Now Man Campbell's a crier, maybe. And Mike Vrabel has claimed he'll cut his deal off for a Super Bowl.
Can I ask a question?
Jesus.
Can I ask a question?
What?
When as a society have we gotten so caught up in everything other than what kind of job can the guy do? Right? Whoever thought that, whoever thinks we can't hire him because he's too big, I wish you nothing but the worst. Because he's a good football coach, and that's all that should matter.
It was surprising. Did he get interviewed? I don't even remember him getting interviewed.
Think about
I think
that.
Atlanta interviewed him.
Think about that. Say that to yourself. A team would not hire a coach because he's too big and intimidating.
Yep.
Do you want your organization thinking like that?
People want their coaches adorable size, like Mike McDaniel.
Oh my goodness.
There's a new kind of player. Yesterday, Jerry Sandusky with a G, mentioned something that was total football philosophy. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. This is kind of deep. This is like Socrates deep. But one of the things that he mentioned was essentially players want the why nowadays, and they want coaches that can give it to them that. And apparently with Anthony Weaver, the new defensive coordinator, we have that. This is what Mr. Sandusky had to say. G with a G, by the way.
Look, Anthony gets that today's player wants to know the answer to the question why.
Yeah.
Yesterday's player, we would do what? What do you want me to do, coach? Great. Today's player wants to know why. Why am I doing that? And that, look, long term, that makes for better players. because when you tap into somebody's why, they volunteer their heart and their soul. When you only give them the what, you get their hands in their back and their feet. And the complete player is what you want. And Anthony knows how to do that. The guy I'll put out there to give you an example is Justin Madubuike. Justin Madubuike is a third-round draft pick. And, projected to be a pretty good player. He's now arguably on the same level as Aaron Donald. Yeah. And that is a large part because of his work ethic, but it's a large part because Anthony Weaver is the coach who helped him develop the talent, and he brought it out of him, and he made him more than he probably thought he could be. And that's what Anthony's going to do for your defense.
Wow. Look at that. Did you just say Zach Sealer is going to be Aaron Donald?
I think he said that. I think that's what I heard.
Hey, did you just say that?
Tuanon made a very interesting point. White people are intangibles. Like when whites say that a black person is so well spoken.
Class act. That's what they say. He's a class act. Tony Dungy, class act.
Hey, it's hilarious. I just find humor in all this.
Yeah.
Because we can't just accept that we're different, right? We have to try to explain it. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it hilarious to me. Because there's nothing wrong with being different.
Yeah,
like hell, could me and you be any more different?
What are you talking about?
You talking about? Yeah, if we're in the car listening to music, you putting on Boot, Scoot, and Boogie, and I'm not.
We're samesies, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, like some people want like a normal quarterback who makes one read. Other people like a little mobility. I get it.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what.
No, but what we were embracing differences all of a sudden. Now everyone doesn't want it. Just saying. Some people like their quarterback.
So can I ask you?
Some people like out of the pocket.
What quarterbacks? Can I ask you a question? What quarterbacks do you like?
What time is it?
No.
It ain't break time.
We ain't going to break. We ain't going to break. What quarterbacks do you like?
Yeah, well, I mean, bring Brock to the Rock.
Let me just say, okay, you're not getting Brock Purdy.
No, not Brock Purdy.
You're not getting Brock.
I'm talking about of the AFC quarterbacks.
Yeah.
What quarterbacks are better than Tua?
Better than Tua.
Yep.
Besides Mahomes.
Mahomes doesn't count.
Mahomes is a stupid argument.
Okay, so
Josh Allen. Josh Allen's better.
How many Super Bowls has he won?
I mean, if that's the
that's the barometer.
Only two quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl in the last 20 years.
Oh well.
I mean, what are we doing here?
So
what are you doing?
So
I want to win a playoff game.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
So you think Josh Allen can win a Super Bowl even though he hasn't won one?
You think Josh Allen's so great he beat Mason Rudolph in a playoff game? Tua had to go up against Mahomes. You don't think Tua would have beaten Mason Rudolph?
Yeah, he would have beat Mason Rudolph for sure.
Okay, so beat
the Dolphins a week.
You're making an argument based on facts that don't exist because there aren't any other quarterbacks that are just beating the hell out of the AFC either.
Real SDI says Joe Burrow.
Oh, Joe Burrow for sure.
Easy. Joe Burrow.
Easy. The only guy to beat Mahomes.
Deshaun Watson.
Wait, here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing.
Yeah. I'm only on number 3.
You think Tua
yeah.
has health issues? Go look at Joe Burrow's past.
Probably to a Super Bowl.
He didn't win.
Yeah, it might be the last one he gets to because it's made of porcelain.
True,
wait. If you guess what?
Worse O-line.
The same conversation you having now was had with Dan Marino.
Oh, it's a worse O-line than Tua, or he just can't get out of the way?
Worse O-line.
He holds the ball too long.
Holds the ball too long.
Holds the ball too long.
Yes.
Like a loaf of bread, dude.
Accusations.
No, it's fact. That's why he gets banged up.
Does get hit a lot.
He gets hit a lot.
What about that guy from
remember that game where he threw for like
remember
Michael, that game Joe Burrow threw for like 50 yards this year?
Here's my point.
It was windy.
Hey, here's my point.
Yeah.
My point is not whether you can like another quarterback or not.
Yep.
My point is you discredit Tua for another quarterback that hasn't done a whole bunch more winning than Tua.
Let me ask you this.
More playoff games.
Have you been spending your because I know you spend your time on Dolphins Twitter.
I do.
There's a disgusting part of Dolphins Twitter right now.
Oh, is that?
That's ogling over Justin Fields and Mike McDaniel fixing Justin Fields.
Mobility.
Have you been watching Justin Fields film over there?
Have you watched him? Oh,
have you been watching him?
It's exciting football, I must say. Imagine the cheetah.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting that the team he's playing for is shipping him out.
Can anyone name more than 3 Bears? Go.
Wait.
They have DJ Moore. He's awesome.
Okay, that's okay. Justin
Let's
Fields
go to break because I'm going over there.
Matt Forte
in about 2 seconds.
Didn't DJ Moore have a 200-yard game this year? Huh? Didn't he have a 200-yard receiving game this year, DJ Moore?
DJ Moore.
That wasn't even. Guess who else had a 200-yard game? Cooper.
Cooper Kupp?
No.
Oh, Amari.
Amari
Yeah,
Cooper.
Amari.
265
He's good.
with Joe Flacco.
Look, DJ Moore had a great season. 96 receptions, 1,300 yards.
He's a good receiver.
Yeah, okay. So look, Justin Fields can clearly find that guy. I'm sure you can find a cheetah blazing through the field.
Dude, do you understand? Hold on. Let me explain.
through the
Hold on.
fields.
Time out. I got
So
this.
you
I got this. I got this.
I thought we were
Let me-
embracing
hold on.
differences, Leroy.
Let me explain something to you, though.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to. I don't want to embrace stupidity, though.
Oh, okay.
Because let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand that Mike McDaniel's offense works on a lot of timing and anticipation? So wait, hold on. Do you know that's the hardest thing to do at that position?
Yep.
I'm telling you as a fact, to anticipate and throw guys open in those tight windows is something that no quarterback wants to do.
I mean, look, if you wanted to like do it as a project,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't mind bringing him in as opposed to
A
like Mike
backup?
White.
You ain't what?
Yeah,
Oh my God! Please,
Justin Fields. How old is Justin Fields?
Please
He
say
can't be
probably
that
like
old.
24.
24. Can somebody
Christ,
please,
Justin?
please,
But you got to put him on the roster as a wildcat.
Please,
Wow.
please, save me from this
Why?
nonsense.
I love Tua, but I'm saying like it just as a project. Like if you wanted to give Mike McDaniel, you know, geniuses need a project, you know, and so like if you wanted to have Justin Fields as a project,
Smitty the Greek.
Taking a shot.
Smitty the Geek. I truly think Marcos is doing a bit with this.
Okay.
How dare you?
How dare
I'm gonna
you
go over
do
there.
it?
I'm gonna go over there and bit his ass in a minute. Like, yo,
take a break. Back after this.
With no payments for 90 days. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
Bump, bump. 15 minutes of heat for you here on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Heat taking on the Orlando Magic later on today. 7:30 is your tip-off. We'll keep you posted if there's any change. Let me actually just check real quick. I'll see.
Evidently, me, you, and Amy are all saying the same thing. Tyler needs to play.
Tyler needs to play, which it sounds like he's going to. It sounds like he's going to be back tonight. Duncan is the bigger question. He's, I think he's questionable for tonight, so that's not out, but he's still in concussion protocol.
Okay, I see a tweet here from Ira. It says, after missing a game with a migraine, Tyler Herro most likely out with a hangnail. Ooh. Okay.
Well, what's up with you today,
Guess he's
dude?
being a big baby again.
Can I just say
he's being a baby again, dude.
Mood today.
Time out.
Mood today.
Jennifer, would you like a cold beverage to sit back and enjoy this?
Yes, I would. I actually left mine up there.
You know, D Wade had a big migraine problem throughout his career. You're going to question his toughness?
Oh, championship headaches. You know, you're thinking about it.
You remember when D Wade got to wear he wore these really cool ass red shades during the game, and then they wouldn't let him keep them on.
I know. The NBA hates.
It was so stupid. It was like the coolest look. There was a week where like he wore those, and then like the next week LeBron broke his face and he wore a black mask, and they wouldn't let LeBron keep the black mask.
Which is like, what?
And now everybody does the black mask,
right? I see Joel Embiid. Bring shame to the black.
I don't understand that, but that is that's it. Silly sauce says, Tobin, you have yourself to blame for this monster.
Yes.
I described you as Leroy was walking out. He's like, I can't believe I have two of you to deal with. I described you as you're like the gremlin that spawned off my back after having food after midnight.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that movie for the first time the other day.
What?
Saw that at the barbershop.
Oh,
Pretty
did you
good.
ask for the Kelce?
I did.
He has it right now.
Yeah, I did see that movie, and I agree. Pretty much, they got smart. I think I watched the third one. One of them drank like a smart liquid of some sort. I think that's me. You know, I'm one of these gremlins on the smart liquid. I'm ahead of the game, dude. I was ahead of the game with Klay, and now I'm ahead of the game with everything else.
Well, speaking of Klay last night. Do you have this from last night, Marcos?
Oh, do I?
Klay Thompson was not happy because he ended the game on the bench.
Yeah.
And so they beat the Nets yesterday, but you could see as Klay Thompson walks off that he's
was he
upset.
crying?
He looked upset. I wouldn't call it crying.
He was crying.
I mean, all right.
People have said
you're taking liberties.
People have said he was weeping.
He was not weeping. I would say it's a pouty face.
Okay.
If you want to say he was pouting, I would say that's a fair description.
Okay.
But they beat the Nets yesterday, and Klay Thompson, I guess it's been like 2 out of the last 3 games. Klay is now sat his ass on the bench to close the game, Leroy. So
yeah, if you're trying to win, you can't have a bricklayer out there.
Well, I think it's also because he can't stay in front of anybody. You know, he's old. He's getting up there. You know,
well, he's had
a lot of injuries,
Achilles and knee.
Yeah, it's tough. You're not going to be what you are. But you want to know something? I think the thing that's beautiful about Klay Thompson is he went through all that, and they did go and win another championship. Like,
right.
So it's not like the Klay Thompson story had this terrible ending. He's just out where he's at. But I think the idea, there's been talk like, oh, they're going to get rid of anybody. That Steph, they'd have to get Steph's approval to do it. I don't know if Steph's going to let his guys go. That's that's a tough thing for Steph Curry.
I would have a hard enough problem if I'm Klay, thinking you kept Draymond and you getting rid of me.
Well, especially Draymond got his money this offseason.
What did Draymond do? I remember you said Draymond was
well, I'm gonna let you listen. You can listen.
All right,
so you can listen to.
I haven't heard this.
You can listen to
I
Draymond.
haven't heard this. So
y'all
just
picture you have a very sad Klay Thompson in front of his locker.
He probably walked by him and say, "Man up." Go ahead.
How you feeling right now? I mean, I know you kind of
feel great. Yeah, physically, mentally, probably a little different story, but such is life, you know.
When you say that, I mean, is it just shooting struggle?
Shooting, yeah, you know, pride myself in that stuff. So
what are they talking about? You ain't played to finish the game. I got to finish the game 5 of the finals.
Well, I haven't asked that yet, but I will now. I said I haven't asked it yet, but
you're like you about to. I'll answer this for you. Already.
I mean, you didn't post on it. That's obviously going to be a story. I mean, that's all good.
Yeah, these guys played great. He played great. PP, Jonathan. At the end of the day, winning trumps all.
Is this an adjustment period for you a little bit? I mean, he's done it in a few games, obviously.
Yeah. Kidding me? Go from one of the best players. It's hard for anybody, I'll be honest with you.
Is it hard? Does it matter, Klay? I mean, obviously you've had so many great games. Does it matter if just having a game or two in a row where things go well, that things flip the other way?
Yeah, absolutely.
And is the way the last year went sort of something you can...
Definitely gives me confidence to keep going.
So there you go.
Let me get Draymond yelled, "I got benched in the finals."
Well, first of all, like the thing that's hilarious about this scene is that you have Klay Thompson who starts off the press conference and he goes, "Mentally, I'm not doing that great. Physically, I'm fine.
Right.
Mentally, I'm not doing that great." And you have Draymond just saying, he's just walking in, happy after a win. He goes, "Oh, look at Klay Thompson sat over there. What's wrong, Benchy?
Yeah.
What's wrong? You're sad that you got benched?
That's yeah.
Like what?
I got benched in the finals.
I got benched.
Who cares?
Boo! You can understand why he gets on people's nerves, huh?
Valid point.
Timing though.
I think here's the thing in sports that if you're not playing well and your team's not winning, you understand that there's going to be some changes.
Right.
And guess what? In most cases, that's how you got your job.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep putting in the work, you keep doing what you have to do. And the thing about shooting is that you don't go from being a great shooter to a bad shooter. You just have ups and downs and just keep working through it. So for him to say, and the thing that bothers me, here's what bothers me about that. Like Draymond's just being Draymond. Draymond's being a teammate.
Annoying.
Like, and it would happen in any sport, right?
What are they talking about you there, Benchy? What are they saying? They talking about how you were benched? Like,
I haven't said that
actually,
yet.
No, Draymond, we were just talking about his shooting struggles right now.
Oh,
you didn't talk. Oh, yeah, that's why he got benched.
Right.
That's why he's sitting on the bench.
But here's the deal. I don't have a problem with him being disappointed at his play, right? But when you get to this level of sport, in any sport, you have to be mentally tough.
Hmm?
You have to be.
But you can't, like, he's been mentally tough. Like, if you're coming back from those injuries, there's got to be some mental fortitude in that.
But again, when he says mentally, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Right. Like, no.
Well,
no, that's you can't listen.
Dude, we just saw this.
If you're that way, you can't turn it around.
We just saw this with Kyle down here. Like, Kyle wasn't okay with coming off the bench, and he did it last year. And he told Spo, he's like, well, hopefully I'll be back. There's a reason. Like, the reason they got to get his ass out of here is because Kyle Lowry was like, no, I mean, Spo's gonna. I've done no reason why I can't be out here and be right back in the starting lineup. And they're like,
they're losing. And you're taking 2 shots.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, everybody else can see it.
Look at him. He's so happy.
I'm just saying, dude.
Look at him.
Come on, bro. Washed. All right. Absolutely washed. And it's just settling on him. It's almost sad to see. It really is. But
you pity him now.
For the record, though, I do have a new nickname for him. He is now Benchy. Anyone want some frozen yogurt?
But there's nobody who's worse.
By the way, that's how teams work.
I understand.
So,
I understand. But it's still like the timing of
if that was Kyle and Jimmy walked by, Jimmy would say the same.
I've heard Kyle Lowry say after games this year, he goes, nobody wants to start with me. I suck. Like, I've heard him joke about himself too, but it's just like you have Draymond Green who's happy after a win. He goes, oh, what you crying about, Benchy?
Because you know why? Because the most important thing is winning.
Of course.
Not about your feelings. As a guy who's been in the league as long as he has, he should know that.
I agree, Leroy, which is why we should analyze the fact that Klay Thompson is all mopey after a team win. Really tells you what
Selfish,
kind
right?
of guy he is.
Selfish guy.
I mean, I've seen right through it. Let's go get some frozen yogurt. Benchy.
Well, appropriately, coming up next, the damage is done, my friend. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, last time we talked about this, you guys got really excited. You didn't even let me get through it. So I just want to let you guys know, if you guys want to go to Tortuga and get a 3-day pass.
Whoa.
Let's go.
To Tortuga.
All right.
All you got to do is text the word Laney. As in Laney Wilson, dude. Okay? Because she's going to be there with Hardy, Jason Aldean, Old Dominion. Who else is going to be there, JFig?
Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims.
Warren
You can Teddy
Zaders.
Swims at Fort Lauderdale Beach if you want. Whatever tickles your fancy, dude. Rock the
I'm listening
Oceans
to a new song.
with
The Door.
Tortuga Music Festival
like
on
that
Fort
one, too.
Lauderdale Beach, April 5th through the 7th. If you guys want to go, text the word Laney to 20357. Lainey. Laney. Text that to 20357. And you just might be going. If you want to purchase single day tickets, pick your day and grab single day passes. That starts this Friday at 10 a.m. at TortugaMusicFestival.com. Time to get to our favorite Tuesday game. The damage is done, my friend.
We got a visual.
Oh,
Klay.
the Klay thing.
I was watching it, but he wasn't really crying. He was just
He's
holding.
trying to
He
put on
was trying really hard to pull it together.
Trying to put on a brave face.
Some said, I didn't say that, but some people said, Tobin knows these people. Some people said he was weeping.
Mm-hmm.
One guy who might be weeping is Boomer Esiason and Boomer Esiason's producer.
Wait,
So
I did this as an April Fool's joke.
I know you did this as an April Fool's. But let me just before you jump ahead,
Go
you're
ahead.
getting excited.
Go ahead.
So Super Bowl's going on. People are getting some guests, especially if you're out there on Radio Row. Boomer and Gio, they are out at Radio Row, our sister station, WFAN. And their producer's like, we got Randy Moss coming on, guys. And exciting football week. Randy Moss, you should be excited to see Randy Moss coming in and talking some football. But you can understand how the hosts get a little bit curious as they ask the producer, because usually on Radio Row or these times, normally a guy's not just coming on for kicks. Randy Moss is coming on to promote Doritos or whatever. You know, we had Mark Schlereth. He was advertising tape one time. You'll have some weird ass products people are hawking on Radio Row.
Pretty much.
So let's just play the clip here, and you can see from Boomer and Gio, they are a little bit nervous because of what their producer's answer was as to what Randy Moss was promoting on their show.
And that's where I'm actually happy we are not at Radio Row. What is Randy Moss promoting, by the way, Al? Do you know?
It's something having to do with horse racing.
Really?
He's very into horse racing.
Are you sure this is the right
yeah,
not
This
the
is
other
Randy
Moss?
the wide receiver, not Randy.
Is there another Randy
Yes.
Moss?
Is it?
There's an announcer, Randy Moss,
Who is into horse
who's
racing?
into horse racing.
Please tell me that's fake.
That would
No.
be so awesome. Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
No,
Oh
because they
no.
said, I saw in the request that Randy would like to talk about, blah, blah, blah. Also, anything NFL related, I'm a double check that.
Or maybe the Randy Moss, who is the sports announcer, the horse racing announcer.
He used to work for the NFL Network.
Come on.
I swear to God.
Yes.
How's that possible?
This is great.
Oh, Jesus.
This is horrible.
This is what Mark Chernoff's talking about. You lazy ass. You're not doing any follow through.
I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because we have a great setup and everything is great, but I can't catch a break when it comes to some of this stuff, right? Like Dua Lipa's in New York when we're out here. I think we're getting Randy Moss. We're getting the white Randy Moss. I mean, come on.
Just wanted to check to see if you would be interested in current NBC sports broadcaster and former NFL Network broadcaster and reporter.
That's right.
You booked the white Randy Moss.
First of all,
Oh my God. Wait, so did they have to do the interview?
You got to interview the
I
guy
mean, I
after
feel
that.
like if it was us, we're definitely doing the interview.
I'll follow it through.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm
Well,
asking
we're
them
doing
all
the
football
interview,
questions.
if not just to make fun of you Marcos.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
oh,
that
me
is
too.
that is
I ask him
Because
about
the
his
other
takes for
Randy
the
Moss
game.
is about 5'2".
Oh yeah.
he used to be a jockey,
But
right?
like the-
He's tiny.
Did he used to be a jockey?
He's tiny.
He might have. I don't know.
He's tiny.
But he goes, that's the stranger the thing, guys. He wanted to talk horse racing. Okay. Randy Moss.
He's big into horses.
Big in the horse, big into the ponies. Like, oh, really? I didn't realize.
Boomer caught on to that right away.
Excuse me?
Hey, you guys
Man,
should appreciate
that
me
is
a
a
little bit more, huh?
producer's nightmare. That is a producer's night. Listen, I know what that guy is going. See, the thing that is, like, I know what that guy's going through. I've gotten these like emails before. Would you be interested? Or like they'll make it seem like a guy's available. They'll trick you on something like that. But you gotta get to the point where like you're reading some emails back and forth. Like normally I can throw some cold water on if I got the jump on one by accident. Yeah. Not before it gets to air. There was one time though. This was great. Because another thing that had happened, a lot of the times when you get into this producing wise, like I remember Andy King gave me his Rolodex back in the day of all his contacts, and I'm still trying to delete people out of my phone. It's really annoying. But like there was one time where some numbers got crossed up, and Zaslow, he tried to get Warren Cromartie on the show to talk to talk some baseball.
Talking hardball
with the Crow. Call me, homie.
Homie.
Love the Crow. And somehow I wasn't in that day. I was out. I think Chris Whittingham was filling in for me. And what gets on the other line is former Miami Dolphins quarterback Chad Pennington. What? It's one of the great. We got it somewhere. We'll play it for it. It's amazing.
That he thought he was going to start.
He thought he was talking to Warren. He was about to talk to Warren Cromartie, and then you just hear Chad Pennington with his sweet Southern drawl on the other line. Instead of the Crow, who sounds like, Red Bull on the other side of the phone.
I'll take
I
that.
had one that didn't go so well.
I feel like that's an upgrade.
So Marcos.
Yeah.
So I asked my co-host before Tobin, you want to have Chris Webber on?
Okay.
For April Fools.
Oh.
Right? So he was like, Chris Webber. I said,
Michigan.
I said, here's the deal. He's going to need the list of questions.
Oh, okay.
And, he'll let me know which ones he'll answer or not, because they're still in the midst of not letting the Fab Five back, at Michigan. No problem. Sends me the questions. I have a friend in college, Christine Weber.
Oh,
now, she's a lawyer. She's smart as hell.
Yeah.
She works for Ford, right?
Yep.
At the time she did. So he starts asking questions, and then she starts answering.
He's coming in with the question hot.
You're coming hot.
Doesn't even say hey,
hot.
welcome in on the show, Chris.
Welcome to the show. He says, I want to get you started with this, right?
Yeah.
She starts answering. He gets mad. He is hot. What? Wait. I'm on the ground laughing because I think it's hilarious, right? Needless to say, he was mad and whatever.
Did you continue the interview?
We did. We would just say with Eric.
Yeah.
Eric's not one with the silly sauce like
he's
very prepared.
So
stuff written down
on the script. He goes this show by script. So she calls me back. She goes, "You interrupted me from $1 billion contract negotiation to play radio games with a guy who didn't find any humor in it."
And you're like, yes.
I said, yes.
That's exactly.
She goes, goodbye.
Oh no. You lost a friend that day.
No, every time, listen, every time we talk, because she's met, Mel and the family when we went up to Michigan, we went out to eat or whatever. And she still just looks at me and goes, wow. I can't believe you.
Oh my God. What do you got for damages done?
Damage is done, my friend.
So I had an interesting but exhilarating morning. So I get up. Something's wrong with my heater, so I had to go turn it off, the pool heater outside.
Oh.
So I'm running around doing stuff, taking a shower, whatever, getting ready to come because I got to drive in. And usually my mother-in-law asks me, right, to are you going to be here? Are you doing a show from home? I'll make breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Great. This time she didn't ask. So I'm on my way out and she's got bacon and eggs. Now it's 9:00. I usually leave at like 8:40. I'm like, I don't want to make her feel bad, right? So I fix a little sandwich, prepare it, put it on a plate, bring it in the car,
mm-hmm.
and put it in the car, cut it in half, put it next to me. right? So I'm driving, looking at the sandwich, driving, looking at the sandwich, driving, looking at the sandwich. Now I wasn't even hungry, but now I got to, I got to eat.
Aroma's getting in there.
So I reach over, grab a bite of the sandwich, and it's over easy.
Oh, so it's got the squirts.
Dude, oh my God. So I'm driving down 95, but I'm down 75, and I have like just egg juice all over my face. It's falling. I'm driving, trying to keep it away. Bacon fell on the side of my seat to go with the chicken wings. And I look over, and some guy and his friend are just looking over doing this.
Damage is done.
So guess what I did? Put down my sandwich, rolled. Now keep in mind, we're doing 75 on the highway. Don't judge me. So I'm surprised. Look, I got pretty cleaned up because
it wasn't on top of that?
Yes.
Impressive.
Yes, I even prepared. Because when I left the house, I said, ooh, sometimes bacon gets caught in my teeth. I didn't want to make her feel, I didn't want to make her feel bad by just doing the work and not eating it, but I couldn't sit and eat. So yeah.
JFig,
that was my drive-in.
What do you got for damage today?
So now I have a new fear that is unlocked.
Spiders?
Hey, just let me know when you
new fear.
Let me know when you come and I'll do a sweep. I'm good at that.
That's scary, Leroy.
That was a
risk.
That was a big one though.
That's a risk.
That was a big one.
I couldn't even look at the picture. But anyway, hippos are now my new fear.
Whoa!
I'm not. You know why I'm not afraid of hippos?
Because you don't gonna go by the water.
Exactly.
I know.
When is the wait?
But they come out
When
of
is the next
nowhere.
wait? When is the next time you're gonna cross paths with a hippo?
Hippo sneak
Next
attack.
time I go into a river or something. I don't know.
River? You'd think big hippo, I'd see it coming, but they got a little nostril flaps, so they can sneak up on you.
They're
I'm
fast.
telling you
They're
what.
scary.
So
They're
don't
very
forget.
fast. Okay.
I'm telling you what.
Dangerous.
I'm always on critter alert, animal alert, or whatever. Right? So I don't have those problems. And I don't swim in muddy water.
Well, let me tell you,
Yeah,
now
that's
it's
true.
become less and less of a rarity of them attacking people.
Why?
You get in the water?
Have you not seen all those videos now that they keep posting hippos trying to attack people, and now they're like chasing?
Hippos are dangerous.
They're very
No, they
dangerous.
kill
and
a lot.
They've been like sneaking up on boats and trying to catch up, and they're very fast in water and on ground.
Can I
Some would
just say
say
this?
sneaky athletic.
Can I just say this? What body of water are you hanging on?
What if I go to Colombia?
Yeah, Pablo Escobar's hippos are going crazy.
Apparently, they are now attacking people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a coked up hippo. You think that's going to go well for you?
Cocaine hippo?
Stop trying
Cocaine
to
hippo.
cook up animals.
Damn,
No,
that's good.
I don't know what's you.
I'd watch that.
Can I just say
You would have watched that?
Can you be afraid of real stuff?
It makes more sense than the cocaine.
Right? Being afraid of a hippo, you're not crossing paths with a hippo.
You never know. You never know.
Cocaine hippo.
I'm scared.
There's been bears
I'm
at
scared of
beaches,
snakes.
okay, here in Florida.
True.
Surprised we don't have any cocaine hippos at the Miami Zoo, to be honest with you.
Cocaine hippo has no boundaries.
He won't stop. Make it stop. It's your fault. It's your fault.
Wait till I get to my damage.
Oh no.
What do you got for damage?
All right, real quick. I know we're up against it. Do you guys hear about this Florida college student that is tracking Taylor Swift's jet?
No.
Well, he is indeed. He's known in the past for creating a Twitter account to track Elon Musk's jet.
Back in my day, we used to call that stalking.
Yes, but it is actually a form of protest in that it's tracking all the CO2 emissions that these jets are doing, right?
Oh my goodness.
Boring.
But this is where
This
we
person
take it
lives
up.
by the hippos.
This is where we take it up a notch here. Taylor Swift has had enough. She threatens legal action against a student who tracks her jet. Little does she know, it's her jealous boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Wow.
We know it's you, dude. Just let her do her job.
Why
He
do
can't
you
even
keep
give her a minute alone.
Can I ask you a question?
He can't give her a minute alone.
What did Travis Kelce do to you?
Smother.
That dude just living his best life, having a good time.
He pretended he invented the fade.
He didn't do that.
Didn't do that.
It's
Look at
the
that.
people.
Why would the New York
people are
Times
the
lie to me?
problem.
So you think that Travis Kelce called up the New York Times and leaked to
Yeah.
them saying people are asking for the me at barbershops?
Clearly,
100%.
It's clearly somebody who has a head full of hair.
100%. And also, he's stalking his poor girlfriend who's just going to work. She's just going to work. And now he has this poor college student about to get his scholarship revoked.
How can you threaten legal action though against the student? Like, isn't the
Because
student
if you post it,
isn't the student just getting available information?
no,
though?
if you
Because
post
people
it,
do this all the time with coaches.
no, but if you post it, then it can be,
But it's a jet though, aren't all jets available? Like, isn't all,
No,
I mean,
no,
I don't know how
access
to look
to-
that stuff up, but I'm just saying.
again, it's something about
Pretty
how
sure
he
that's
goes
all
about it is illegal,
confidential.
right?
I don't think it is confidential. Like Stephen Ross got busted going after Jim Harbaugh because people tracked his plane.
Look at that.
Planes are trackable. So I don't think it is.
But I
I don't
feel like
think it is
somebody-
private.
Especially if
So
you're
so you wouldn't feel bad if we tracked your car and announced everywhere that you were?
But my car's not
I
available.
would
There's not a
not be okay
database
with
with my
that.
car saying where I'm driving, unless you were to go to the SunPass computers to see like where I was going.
Maybe that's the issue.
Exactly.
That everybody
So going that
doesn't have
extra
But planes are all
mile is
trackable.
a
everybody
problem.
doesn't have access to the information.
Everybody doesn't have access to private jets either.
Right.
there you go.
No, I mean to fly them.
Right.
So
So what you're saying is you do think it was Travis Kelce who's been
no, I
tracking her.
wasn't saying that. Minus
Mark,
one.
I
think-
No,
I
stop
think that's
it.
what you said.
Minus
Stop it
one.
right
I'm
now.
almost positive.
Take a break.
-1.
Let's go distract Glenn so he doesn't notice the time. the royals hate William and the Duchess and all that. I think it's just Harry and the Markles.
Harry and the Markles sounds like a good band name.
Let's get to our headlines brought to us by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Adam Schefter.
It almost looked like Marcos had a banana around his face.
Adam Schefter reporting that the 49ers not happy with their practice field conditions at UNLV. Not up to snuff.
Yeah, all the old love up to snuff.
They complain about these fields, and a lot of times they have these fields either because they're cheaper or because they have a lot of events.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for the NFL and a lot of these places to evaluate this, because there's been a lot of like Achilles injuries between the shoes and the field. And just go to New York. Everybody gets hurt on that field.
Yep. So, by the way, they're bringing the World Cup to there, the finals.
So strange.
At MetLife.
They're like, which field causes the most injuries? We'll go there.
See that Messi had to have a press conference with the Japanese fans because I don't think he's going to be ready to go. So
yeah, because
they don't want a Hong Kong situation where
no, they
Hong
paid
Kong
a lot of
out.
money. They did this in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah,
it was supposed
to be him versus Ronaldo,
and neither one of them played.
Right,
but it's not like football. They play soccer all year round.
He barely plays. Guy's just gallivanting around
Dude,
town filming
I
commercials.
promise you, he plays 100 matches a year.
Impossible.
Absolutely impossible. He didn't play close to 100 matches.
Not even close to. Not even.
I mean, unless you're doing a Tobin flirting with a triple double as far as close for your category. Like I don't know
50.
I don't know. Well, the 50 and 100. I mean, we're quibbling now. Like you're going a very big.
You know what? I don't trust you guys.
Anyway, that is our Inter Miami update, sponsored by Kettle One. Kettle One vodka made to cocktail. Poor Messi. He's having more press conferences than games internationally. And it didn't go well in Saudi Arabia for them either. They got their asses kicked a lot. They didn't win until they got to Hong Kong for preseason action. But look, as I told Hong Kong, if Japan's upset, like, first of all, go to the Taylor Swift concert. I don't know what to tell you. Second of all, he's ours. So I need him ready for all of his games ready at Drive Pink Stadium. And if you got a problem with that and you don't want to watch the rest of the Fighting Herons, then, take it up with, somebody else. I'm sorry, your soccer team isn't fun enough to watch.
This guy hasn't played more than 60 games since 2017. There's an actual website.
Yeah. 54.
44 last year.
It's a little bit different than 100 though.
Okay.
I feel like you should get a -1 for
you
embellishment.
should get a -1. You need to do the research, dude.
-1.
Gotta do the research.
Between you two.
Yeah.
You're accusing me of embellishment.
For embellishment.
You've been flirting with a triple-double for the last 3 weeks.
You get a -1 for embellishment, just like James Harden on these foul calls.
-1 for deception.
The worst. He wants to call. That's not the pot call.
Can you give us a weather update from the DeMesman and Dover
I
law
sure
firm?
can.
YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Hot damn, the sun's out. Woo!
Like that.
Sun's out, guns out, baby. Now it's partly cloudy.
Yeah, love it.
Breeze looks like it's going from right to left, which means the wind is coming out of the west, as I can clearly see by the planes going left to right.
Windy day.
Looks like it's right around 15 miles an hour. If I put I'm gonna put them on the glass.
All right.
It's about
What do the nipples tell you?
65, 70 degrees.
How do you do, Marcos?
It is currently a whopping 69 degrees in Miami Shores.
Burning, dude.
Northwest, 20 miles per hour are the winds. And they will reach all the way up to 30 miles per hour. So be careful. Windy.
Heat are back in action tonight against the Orlando Magic. 7:30 is your tip-off. You can hear that here on WQAM. 6:15 is our pre-heat coverage with Solana and Tommy Tig. On our sister station, the Florida Panthers are back on the ice. 7 o'clock is your puck drop from Amarin Bank Arena against the Flyers. You can hear that on AM 790, The Cat. And get ready for it.
Is that good?
Why?
Was it good?
No.
Sorry.
Also, want to let you know, we got your chance to win a 3-day pass to go rock the oceans with Tortuga Music Festival on Fort Lauderdale Beach, April 5th through the 7th. You guys can see Lainey Wilson, Hardy, Jason Aldean, Old Dominion, and more. Text the word Lainey to 20357. That's Lainey to 20357. LAINEY. Text that to 20357. If you guys want to purchase single day tickets, those go on sale this Friday, starting at 10 a.m. at tortugamusicfestival.com. Speaking of tickets, when we come back, give away a pair of tickets to Heat and Spurs for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to win tickets to that, stay tuned.
Yeah.
And also some slander from an old enemy that I'm annoyed with. We'll get to that with the Miami Heat coming up next. Go. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. You guys missed earlier. We had Amy Audibert on the show. She was great on all things Miami Heat. We'll bring that to you coming up in about 10 minutes and get you ready for Heat and Magic tonight. By the way, we do have an update injury-wise. Tim Reynolds, saw him tweet out.
All right.
That
good news?
Yeah, good news.
All right, nice.
Good news, dude. Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson have been upgraded to available.
We got
for
shooters
tonight's Miami Orlando game.
Nice.
So there you go. The Heat will have their shooters back tonight against the Magic in a very critical game. Amy was breaking that down for us about tiebreakers and why this is really a huge one for Miami. So very much looking forward to that one. But this was wild. So if you guys don't follow this guy on Twitter, highly recommend Dru Star. I've been a Dru Star follower for a long time. He's blown up over this last year, I would say. Dru Star has been a great member of Heat Twitter and also has duped me many a times too, thinking that Kawhi Leonard was once at an Aventura Chipotle. And Dru Star, that's the beauty of Dru Star. You don't want to get Dru Starred. But he's now become more of a newsman. Like, he gathers all things Miami Heat. I saw this thing today. It was on John Hollinger. You guys remember that? This John Hollinger, big nerd, invented Purr, was one of these guys that failed as an executive, and thinks he's a little bit something. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know what he was doing, but he was trying to make this point where, why Jimmy Butler doesn't make the All-Star game over somebody like Julius Randle in the eyes of the coaches. And he used a term, which is just like, it's so Knicks overrated, which I'm just like, here we go, dude. You give the Knicks a little bit of shine. You give them an inch, they take a mile. He said, this is the third time in 4 seasons that Julius Randle has made the All-Star team and Jimmy Butler didn't. Randle has been one of the league's elite minute sponges over the last several seasons, while Butler hasn't played more than 65 games in a season since he was a Chicago Bull. Minutes sponges, that's a thing.
Wait.
We're sitting here. He's soaking up minutes. That's what Julius Randle is doing.
What the hell kind of
minute sponges? That's just a thing we make up, Leroy. What it is
that equals All-Star?
Apparently, if you're
more
a minute,
importantly,
you're a minute.
He was basically saying Jimmy Butler hasn't played 65 games.
Yeah,
that's the most important part.
Listen to me, dude.
You can
this
put whatever
John
twist you want on it,
Hollinger is
because
making.
you just here we
he
go.
can put a spin on it, whatever he wants. I don't like him. You're right. I don't like him.
Change it to
You're right.
Thompson, and you guys can go.
No, I don't like him because you remember last year he got all sassy with us over the playoff series because he was hoping the Heat were going to get eliminated, and so was their PA announcer. Which, by the way, I'm surprised John Hollinger is still able to type because Mike Biamonte put his ass in a body bag last year. You remember?
No.
Oh, well, let me remind you. Ideal outcome for this series is if the Heat advance, but their PA guy is eliminated, right?
Oh.
To which Mike Biamonte, voice of our show, of course, a friend of the show. We love Mike B. He said, "Hey, John Hollinger, since I've been in this league for the last 32 seasons, you've been eliminated in plenty of jobs. I've been much better at my job than you've been at any of yours. Loser."
Whoa! Damn, Mike B.
And you want to know something, dude?
Yeah.
Only a person would make up a term kissing Julius Randle's ass with something called minute sponge.
Do they understand that for a while, New York didn't even want Julius Randle?
They still don't want him. He's out there. Let's not act like all of a sudden you guys love Julius Randle when he was throwing up brick after brick last time in the playoffs. You guys do this to yourselves every single time that he has 4 good regular season games. I'm looking at you, Ben Stiller.
Tobin is John Hollandaise.
I actually don't like hollandaise sauce.
What?
Gross.
I don't like hollandaise sauce.
So you don't like what's the thing with the egg and
mayo?
No, in the morning.
Huh?
The breakfast thing. Eggs Benedict.
Nope.
What?
The worst of the eggs.
That's good.
Are you kidding me?
Benedict?
Eggs
Why
Benedict.
would I want a Trader egg?
Hollandaise sauce has egg yolk. Gross.
Dude,
The hell is this?
-1. Quickly.
Why?
-1.
Nice try, though.
You know what you did.
What did I do?
Nice try.
What did I do?
Trader egg.
Egg yolk, melted butter, and lemon juice.
And vinegar.
Nah.
I'm telling you right now, dude, I can't believe the stuff that people fluff the Knicks over. It's amazing. It's amazing.
They're going to come crashing down, dude. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I cannot wait.
I really don't even take them seriously. They're doing well. Jalen Brunson's doing well. They just beat us. Or no, did they?
Yeah,
they just beat us like what, a week ago?
Yeah,
everybody did.
Yeah, but you know what? Still not scared.
So did the G League Grizzlies. Well, why don't you take a victory lap? Everybody was beating the Miami Heat a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
You know, I think we probably could have rolled up there and the Heat would have put up only 70 on us.
Ooh. Not a lot of scoring coming from Miami basketball.
Well, especially since we have the star of the lava on our team.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Recognition, baby.
Oh my
Team
God.
captain.
You really took liberties with freezing yourself in time.
Yeah. I've been
Photoshopping
put in a
himself.
picture. One day people will look back and they will only see the Photoshop picture.
What do you mean? Like they're going to know that lava silhouette more than Jumpman?
Exactly.
Like that's how it's going to be?
Shoes everywhere. You just see your
be
boy
framed.
skying through the air.
People are going to be walking around. What do you got there? I got that lava. I got those lavas.
Got the lavas, dude. Oh, don't step on the, don't step
Too
on the
much
lava.
heat. There's too much heat on these shoes.
Oh, look at that.
Too much heat.
Got to speak to game ops.
Only way that you could cool these down is with a minute sponge.
You know what? This Mike Biamonte, John Hollinger beef reminds me that I need Mike Biamonte to say "Go Lava." That's
No.
one of the requests we need.
No,
to make.
we're not going to do that.
For sure.
I'm not going to waste Mike Biamonte's time by
What?
him saying "Go Lava."
We only have a couple things we need. There was one that we mentioned earlier.
I forget.
Not for deception, but it was.
I sent an email a while ago to Golen, but we never got a response. So I mean, maybe I'll have to do a follow up to see if we can get some new.
Here, you want me to tell you what you do?
What?
If you want something done,
Hmm?
send it with the header of Hawk and Crowder. Or Joe Rose.
Why would I be sending emails with that?
Just have Hockman do it.
Oh, okay.
No, not after what you said earlier.
Well,
Or just say they need
I think he makes a great coach of the Panthers.
Yeah, okay.
Just put it in the header.
If Hogman was going to be a coach of anything, like hockey would be his sport. You know, you put him in the back.
so?
Yeah, you put him in the back of the bench. You know, you give him
No
the
way.
suit.
Competitive eating for sure.
Competitive eating?
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
But I couldn't imagine him. What does a coach of competitive eating do?
Chew, chew, chew. Like a
He's built
train.
he's built like a donut stick.
Hey.
Oh man.
Chew, chew.
All right.
Really?
If you guys missed it, we had Amy on earlier. She was fantastic, breaking things all
She's
down
good.
with the. She is good. She is good.
She's good.
She's good.
See, I tell you what, ball of energy.
Ball of energy, very
Yes.
informative as
Yeah.
things on the Heat and
She even
Jaime
has some
Jaquez
stats
and-
for us.
She has a lot of stats.
She crunched the numbers, dude. She disproved your point.
All the notes.
You know, and I appreciate her with all of her smart stats, putting up with our shenanigans. Because I would never do that for John Hollinger and his smart stats, which he just makes up out of thin air. I could do that too. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Hollinger. Minute sponge. That's what. Yeah. Listen, we all will look back on the accolades of Julius Randle and be like, oh, what's that for, son? Why did he make that All-Star game? Oh, son, he was the most absorbent of minutes.
Okay. Not to be confused
First
with
of all,
Phil Jones.
wait.
Hmm?
Only you
Hmm?
would explain it like that so that your son would hate him too.
Amy Audibert joins us next. Heat basketball back tonight, 7:30
Can't
tip
wait.
off from the Kaseya Center. You, of course, can hear that right here on 560 WQAM. Jason Jackson and our next guest, Amy Audibert, on the call. You could listen to here on WQAM. You can watch on Bally Sports Sun. They have your coverage starting at 7 as the Heat take on the Magic tonight. Amy, kind enough to join us on the Toilet of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toilet of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Hello.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. I'm great. It's game day. I love game day, so good.
Yeah, I love game day too.
How early do you go over to the arena?
Well, I like to roll over around. I like to get there around 4:45, ideally. So usually I get there right at 5. But I've got.
You're on
to
that
be honest,
JFig.
every day I say, yeah. Every day I'm like, I'm gonna be early. But I mean, women understand. Our time is to get ready is a little bit more.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah, like it's crazy. It's like I'll just tell you guys real quick. I go work out. I'm in this great routine of working out on game days. I get home, I sit here, I do my prep. We have a production meeting. I go shower, and I literally have to dry my hair, put my makeup on, get dressed, and then start driving in. So I love game days, but they are pretty intense.
Pretty huge one tonight, Amy. This Orlando Magic team just topped the Heat. They are giant. I mean, Paolo Banchero's giant. Franz Wagner, they got him back the last time the Heat lost to him. What do you think are the biggest challenges for Miami in this one tonight? Because that team, you know, they've had a really nice season for Orlando Magic standards for sure, but now they're kind of back healthy. I think the Heat got their hands full tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest challenge is going to be, regardless against any team, but especially the Magic, is to score. They are big, and they are big at all positions, and they're physical. Just ask Phoenix. When they rolled in here last week, they had played Orlando the night, I think it was the night before. I don't think there was a night off. There may have been, but like they were like almost shook. Frank Voigt talked about just how upset they were, not upset, but Vogel, excuse me, just how the size on the defensive end, because they're really aggressive too. So I think scoring is always going to be a challenge for any team against Orlando, but with Miami, I mean, the defense looks great. It's rolling, it's back, but still figuring out consistency in the offense. But also, Tobin, to your point, in terms of how big this game is, like, so this is bigger than big, because right now Miami has a 2-1 regular season record against Orlando, but they're in division. And the way the NBA works, when you look at tiebreakers against teams with the same records, the next thing you look at is division. Well, if they're tied with Orlando in the division, then it turns into like a whole other like points winning percentage in your division, and it's crazy. So if you're Miami, you're going in this game and say, let's kind of end that right now and just win this regular season record. It's a huge game.
Is it like, I always wonder, because they're trying to turn things around and try to get things going. And I understand how big this game is, but are they trying to take care of the bigger issues that they've been having? And it just so happens they're playing Orlando at this moment? Or can they just say, okay, this is a big game, let's get it going? Because they've had these struggles now for 2-3 weeks. And I don't know how that's going to just turn around.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say there's a little bit of that, but these guys understand. Like, that's the difference. I'd say the big difference between Orlando and Miami in terms of their rosters is their experience, right? I mean, Miami does have, now you credit Orlando because they also dipped quite a bit, but they are pulling themselves out. They were a team, I was curious if they were going to do that just because they're so talented, but they're young. Right. And so they've shown that they're going to continue to figure it out as the season goes on. If you're Miami, I think you, as silly as it sounds, and I'm like such a competitor that it really bothers me because I'm also not a moral victory person. But when you looked at that Clippers game, that came down to making some shots, some good quality shots. That was the difference in that game. I mean, they came out, they defended their tails off. They really, really, really got on top of the Clippers early. And I think, you know, when you look at Terry Rozier, the biggest thing from the Clippers game, and something we're going to talk about tonight, is just you saw a lot more fluidity in terms of his action with Bam, which is so important when you want to talk about that two-man game and getting to your shots and getting to your spots. And if I thought it was actually a really good game, while it wasn't his highest scoring game with Miami, I thought he generated some awesome opportunities. So continuing to build on that, and listen, like, this is happening in real time. 2 weeks ago, this guy was just like landing in Miami. So I think it's fair to say, like, his shooting, he's the first one who said it after the game, that I can't hit a shot right now. But it's not like, it's to the point where he's going to, at some point, like in his 9th season, he's established that he can shoot the ball. So I think that that's something that's going to come as well. So to your point, I think if you're Miami, you got to keep your head down on the ground a little bit and just believe in your game plans and your executions, because against the Clippers, that who is, in my opinion, the best team in this league right now, if you can just execute in terms of making a couple more shots, you win that game. So they've got to believe that they can compete against anybody in this league on any given night.
Yeah, Leroy got mad at me because I blame the refs with this James Harden, because they're still falling for his tricks, Amy. Like, I saw this happen again last night.
Amy, if you've played a sport and like, how reluctant you are to say something like that? Like,
dude,
I'm never going to take it out of the player's hands. I'm never going to do it.
He
I
tricks
don't
them
care.
with his flopping into the bench. They fall for it every time. Now, last night it was a clash of superpowers because he did it to Trae Young, but it was like they keep falling for it with the kick out thing.
So I will say this. I always kind of disclaimer, I think the officials have the hardest job in the gym. They really do. And actually, when you think about it, they mess up the least amount of times between like players and coaches. I'll throw broadcasts in there. They actually probably do make the few amount of mistakes. They have the hardest job in the gym. But I also, like Tobin, I get like, sometimes I'm like, what? But the one that killed me, and the one that killed me in the Clippers game was not James Harden. It was when Jay Rich took a charge in the open court on Paul George when they made that late push and the officials did not call it. And that could have instantly changed that game. And actually the camera was on the conversation. You could see the official kind of going like, okay. And I like said to Jax, I was like, okay, but that could have been the game. Like, you just don't know at the end of the day. Like, that's not what blows.
He went with
this is
Amy. He went with the Caleb Martin one. Where he should have got the and one,
I
and
know.
then they went down and made a 3.
I know that was such a tough
elbow on Caleb.
What an incredible finish! I was just watching that one last night again, and Caleb, I just love when he does stuff like that, which he does. But to me, it was the Jay Rich taking the charge, the full clean out in the open court. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that would have went the other way, and if you score on that, like totally different ball game. But at the end of the day, again, like you look at just some of the shots at Miami when their offense went cold. And I'm sure you guys might ask about this. I'm sitting there and going, man, where's Tyler? Like, because Tyler Herro can generate. As I'm such a Tyler. I love Tyler's game, and I think he's so important to this team. And I this is a perfect example of it. It's like when our offense goes cold, everyone's like, where's Tyler? Because he can generate great shots. You know, and so I'm hoping, I believe he's still listening. List is probable when I checked last time. So hopefully he'll be back tonight, because there's going to come a point in time where, if your offense goes cold, at least you can get a good quality shot from him.
He did say, like, he's trying to put up more threes. He's trying, in his words, sacrifice and maybe play a game that's not the most comfortable for him. But we know what a talented shooter he is. Are you seeing that? And then have you also seen, the one thing I've loved over these last 3 games, well, 2 with Tyler, but it just seems like him and Bam are getting back to being on the same page with each other. I don't know why that felt like it got away from them a little bit this year, but those two have had such a great chemistry, been together for so long. So just what have you thought about, since they've reshuffled, they've met, how Tyler's been just playing on the court?
Yeah. So first of all, we know Tyler's a 3-level scorer, and I think he's at his best when he's able to create and kind of like put that on display. But Tyler's being asked to do something really difficult, which is kind of changing his execution based on who he's playing with, like in games. And so some lineups that might mean you've got to be more of a spacer and just kind of roam the perimeter, keep your feet moving, and get your target hands up, get ready to shoot. And other lineups that's like, hey, get into your 2-man game, get to your paint touches. His mid-range floater, we all know, is like one of the best, I think, just at his size, his ability to get over defenders. So Tyler's being asked to literally like almost change that. Maybe it might be quarter to quarter. And I think that there's something to be said about giving him some credit for doing that. But the Sacramento game, he was great. And actually, he only took 9 shots that whole game. I'd like to see him take a couple more, but I think he's still trying to feel out this new kind of hybrid role for him. But yes, to your point, the 2-man game with Bam, or it's Tyler and Bam, it's Duncan and Bam, and now I think we're adding Terry and Bam in there. Who's the common denominator, my friends? Let's go. Like, he is an all-star. Okay, come on now.
Amy, how difficult is that? Because I think, you know, a lot of times we see Tyler do a lot of different things with different groupings, but how difficult is that to know when it's time, or does he know, right? Or do they tell him, okay, look, you have to be the guy who's creating shots, or you are, you know, you're the guy that is going to be the perimeter guy, and we're going to, you know, kick it out to you and let you shoot. How evident is that? How, you know, is it easy to transition to that? Does he know, or does he have to kind of figure it out on the fly?
Well, from my own experience, I wasn't given. My job was to set screens, hit everybody, smash the flash. So I was never really asked to change. So I was just like, just go hit everybody and no one comes into your paint. And I loved it. That's what I got to do every day. And I pay for it every morning when I wake up and try to walk. But for Tyler, I think it's just, it comes down to, again, like this team, we all know it, and they're not hiding away. They went through that 7 games where they're kind of almost like rejigging and re-identifying and having tough conversations. But I think the foundation of everything is communication. And it's no coincidence that, so when Tyler gets in the game, to your point about kind of switching these, it's just having those conversations, like having structure, having structure, and maybe a little bit more structure than they're used to again, because now you've added a guy like Terry who can get his own shots up too, who gets to the paint. You want Jimmy touching the paint. Bam is not roaming on the 3-point line. Like that key is only so big, right? So I think there's something to be said about just kind of continuing to communicate and really, really executing your structure. And that's, I mean, I think we all believe in Spo and his staff. And if you don't, I don't have anything to say to you about that. But you know what I mean? So Spo's like saying, this is what we're doing. You got to do it. Like you have to do it and you have to believe in it. I don't think there's any reason not to at this point. I don't think there ever will be. So I think it's just, again, making sure that everyone's on the same page and the communication is clear and concise.
Speaking of Tyler, you know, he's not just a great basketball player. He's Scotty Drippin. He's a man of fashion. What do we think of the bunny hat?
I love this, and I've told Tyler this. I don't think there's one thing that he can wear that I'm like, no. I think he could absolutely wear anything and rock it. And actually, when that came on, I was sitting in studio with Will Manso, and we were like, oh my gosh. Was it Loverboy? I've never heard of Loverboy, but now everyone knows Loverboy. Yeah, well, Loverboy's got some hats, okay? But Tyler's the best kid out of here. He can wear anything and totally just, I think he can rock it out. Actually, I told Jax this. I always laugh because I always picture Jax and what Tyler's wearing. It's some little thing I do. And I always am like, could Jax sport that? And usually it's a no.
That would be a great Inside the Heat if they just go, if it would be 2 comparisons, Tyler Herro and Jason Jackson in each other's closets and seeing what the wardrobe looks like, because they would both be very impressive.
See, like this is what I,
that's great
this
producing.
This is my free time. This is what I think of in my free time. So it's great.
Amy, do you think with Jaime Jaquez, we have not seen him be off to that great an offensive start since he's come back? I was wondering this. Do you think this is a rookie wall thing, or do you think he's got a little bit of what's going on? Remember when Jimmy came back, Jimmy kind of was on the outs, didn't feel like he was himself. Now it's a rookie trying to kind of fit in with all these new pieces. What do you think is going on with Jaime right now?
So we're on the same page, Tobin, because I actually ran some numbers and I'm going to read them to you. So last year with UCLA, he plays and starts in 37 games for his team through the entire season. He plays a total of 1,228 minutes. Right now with the Heat, he's playing 44 games and 1,304 minutes. He's already played way more minutes than he did in a condensed season. What's crazy is his efficiency is actually better in the NBA than it was in college. I'm talking about field goals, threes, and free throws. Right. So I'm not going to say rookie wall in that like he's done, but I think when you come back for an injury, like you are checking into a game where it is bigger, faster, stronger. And also Jaime comes back in the middle of kind of this like, got to find our identity again, right? And he's playing in a new rotation. He's playing with a new point guard that pushes at a different pace. So I think it's a combination of a little bit of everything. But I think that Jaime is going to be just fine. And especially like, I think everyone's just like, you get to this point in the season where you're going, okay, got to get to the All-Star break so you can really just take care of your mind and your body a little bit. But I don't think he's hit the wall and that's it. I think he's got a lot more in him for the rest of the season.
You guys can watch Amy Audibert tonight on Bally Sports Sun. Pre and post game coverage. And of course, listen to her with Jason Jackson on the radio call tonight, right here on 560 WQM. Always like when you join us, Amy. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
and
Amy.
enjoy the rest of your day and see you down at the arena.
Yeah, great to talk. See you later.
There you go. Check out Amy does fantastic work with the Miami.
So I probably, at that moment, I didn't spell anything. At that moment when she was saying, I think he looks great, it probably wouldn't have been the best time to say he looks like the Joker from my deck of cards.
So, dude, you're Leroy. You can say whatever you want.
But he does. He does.
No, for sure. It's the hat.
It's the hat.
But she
right.
loves the hat. So it was great. I'm glad he saved it, Leroy. I'm glad.
He does, but like there has to be a point. I remember when D Wade got to this point. There was a point where
Oh,
D
no.
Wade
D-Wade,
got to
I got
games.
the outfit.
Yeah.
The outfit was when he wore the short,
The suit shorts.
Suit shorts.
I didn't think they were that bad.
Nah, when that first came out, like now we see Tyler Herro. That's like nothing. Like if Tyler Herro showed up in a suit shorts, we'd be like, that's pretty tame for Tyler.
Right.
But there comes a point where you're either a fashion guy or you're not a fashion guy. And she's right. Tyler Herro can just wear whatever he wants because you just expect Tyler Herro to wear things that nobody has the guts to wear. And sometimes he'll show up looking like the Joker. Sometimes he's wearing like the brightest shirt you've ever seen in your life. It's amazing.
He's still not Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
the
That's
extra long
ridiculous.
sweater.
Oh, we're Kyle. Yeah, Kyle
We'll
Kuzma.
never get over that.
Kyle
sweater.
Kuzma looks like airline safety sometimes when he shows up. Like you pull a ripcord. And
Does he still do that? Have we all just become numb to it? Or like I haven't seen as much.
If you're Kyle Kuzma, what else do you have besides your fashion right now? Like if Kyle Kuzma's given up on fashion, he's just given up on life because he's certainly, when he looks like he's playing basketball right now, it looks like a little bit of him has died inside being on the Wizards.
Wasting away in Washington.
Dude, it feels like they're wasting away.
Do you
in
know
Washington.
that LeBron probably could have had more success if he had kept all the guys that he went there with?
Yeah, you're talking about Ingram, Randall, D'Angelo.
Yeah,
maybe. Saw him yesterday. He's still trying to trade half his team. How mad is he that Gabe Vincent's not coming back for another month? You know he wanted to ship him off.
Not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
What did Gabe Vincent do?
Exactly.
He
dude.
left,
What
dude.
did he do?
He
No,
left.
I'm saying, what did he hurt?
Oh, his knee.
Oh,
He hurt me.
okay.
Oh.
His knee. His knee's been messed up
He
all
hurt
year.
JFig.
JFig said he hurt me.